Song in Focus is produced by Payong Musikero, a space for music information, instruction, and inspiration. Follow them on their FB page and subscribe to their YouTube channel. And Passion Fruit Collaborations, your podcast and brand creative collaborator. Follow them on Instagram to get your passion projects going. Want to learn a new skill? Join Payong Musikero's Learn from a Pro, wherein you'll be coached by learned and skilled musicians who plays and perform for top artists in the music industry today. We are opening our bass for beginners, drum it for beginners, piano and keyboard classes. These are all for 10 sessions. I'm also opening my 3-day songwriting workshop. Just head out to payongmusikero.com for more details. Reserve your slot now, so go to payongmusikero.com and learn from a pro.
Hey, this is Yael Yuzon, Sponge Cola Guy.
And I'm Karylle, and today's song in focus is Wake Up Next to You.
You are listening to the Song in Focus podcast by Payong Musikero and Passion Fruit Collaborations, where we dive deep into your favorite tracks. Hi, I'm Acel.
And I'm Denice Lau. And for today's song in focus, we have a song from the soundtrack of B&B, the story of the Battle of Brody and Brandy, a web series featuring Isa Calzado, Ian Veneracion, which is now available for streaming on WeTV and Iflix. Performed and written by Karylle and also composed by Yael Yuzon. The track was just released recently along with other original music from this amazing soundtrack. So welcome to Song in Focus, Yael and Karylle.
Yay!
Hey, what's up?
Yay!
Hey,
Hello.
We
Hello,
have our cheering squad here.
guys.
Hi! Happy to
Hi.
be here. Thanks for having us.
Yes.
With coffee.
With coffee.
Coffee.
Nainggit ako. Hello.
Kasama kasi sa kanta yun eh.
Oh,
Yeah,
yung
it's
coffee
true.
kasi
It's
nga
a very
wake
coffee
up.
vibe.
Sobrang ano
Yeah.
nga bright and happy vibe yung song.
Sumakit
So,
na dili ko
yeah.
dun.
Oh, talaga? Ikaw
Ako
ba
nag-bass
nag-gitara?
Ako nag-gitara, ako nag-bass. Madali lang naman, pero hindi ako magaling
Wow.
mag-bass. Madali lang naman mag-basic bass. Pero hindi naman, it's one thing to do it, pero to perform the whole song ng mga ilang takes.
Record. Tapos
Masakit sa
recording.
daliri.
Recording.
Yeah,
Mas may pressure pag record.
meron.
Mm-mm.
Pero magaling naman yung metronome ko eh. So okay lang yung metro part. Pero masakit lang talaga sa daliri yung strings na mataba pag di ka sanay.
Oh,
never pa ako
why?
Never ko pa.
Pero di na tayo, parang ang saya-saya talaga nung vibe nung song. So, yeah, Karylle, so can you tell us what's the song is about? Like, para siya na-relate dun sa soundtrack.
So, the group that produced the show, that Sangre Productions, that's our Encantadia group, and Direct Mark Reyes. So it's the four of us, Sangres and him, and we did something na parang bed and breakfast yung setting. So B&B, di ba? And syempre, pag inisip mo B&B Tagaytay or something like that. Actually, ngayon, Casa Esperanza of my mom is an Airbnb kind of thing. So we are living in the show. So it is a lot about waking up with your best tulog. Ako minsan natutulog ako sa mga bangko kung saan. Yun talaga eh. I guess that's the kind of thing na hinahanap mo ngayon during the pandemic. You can leave the city, and because there is no traveling outside the country, you're rediscovering the Philippines and all these spots na you can road trip to. So yeah, waking up next to you in a beautiful B&B, I think that's pretty much it. That's the feeling.
So, question. You wrote this after the series was done? Or
This was actually before it was done, pero the song wasn't done, no?
Parang we knew that the setting was gonna be a B&B. Tapos we knew that there would be a love story. So parang lagyan mo na lang yun basically na kung yun na yung binigay sa'yo, parang ang magandang sound doon would be maybe a major 7 chord. Tapos like maaliwala sounding vocals like a paparapap or a chuchurut or a pipiripip. Yeah, di ba? Parang ganun yung
parang
yun
mga
yung sounds na,
coffee commercial
Oo.
vibe na.
yeah.
Actually,
Exactly.
naalala ko yung Cardigans, mga ganon,
There.
ano.
Yung parang first album Cardigans, yung mga
Rise and shine. Yung
mga
mapapaganon ka na lang.
rise and shine. Oh,
Rise
yun
and
nga.
shine.
Yun nga. Basically, para ka nag-provide ng catalog sa mga coffee brands ng mga ng songs na pasok sa branding nila of waking up. Yun nga, yun eh. Major 7, percussions na organic, yung mga tsaka mga tung tak tak tung tung pak tuk, yung mga ganyan. So, tapos yung wispy singing, yung mga
Wispy.
ganyan.
Actually, it's whiny singing.
Whiny ba?
Whiny ba?
We had to have, I really tried to be Isa Calzado, Brandy. So I had a glass of wine. I was in a mug of wine. Sometimes syempre, there is a more relaxed way of singing, and sometimes you can't get there, so you find a way. And a glass of wine actually does help.
Pero
I
may
learned
tita
that from
vibes.
JR.
May tita, parang tita morning vibes. Sorry.
Ano yan eh?
Gusto sa amin yung kaganon
Napa
na.
Valley.
Like,
think-
alam mo sa...
From a singing
Yun ang
standpoint kasi there's a little bit of, I guess, parang unlearning or kung meron kang technique na ginagawa for certain songs, kapag ganito yung song, kailangan yung vibe nito mas ikwento mo lang yung story na kakagising mo lang. Pag kakagising mo lang, hindi ka naman makakavibrato ng todo eh. Di ba? I mean, parang
Makadirit, no?
Oo, minimal lang. Tapos just keep it here and keep it chill. So, kaya ang nag-elevate yung backing vocals every time magko-chorus. Diba? Next to you. That brings you down to earth eh, na anyone can jump in. There's no pressure to memorize lyrics because you can just, it's part of, morning. It's really the morning vibe. Like, it's just vibing to a great new day. It's not necessarily wanting to impress someone with your range and your vibrato,
So how is it
Grabe
like
yung-
working on the soundtrack? Kasi syempre, di
Oh,
ba,
the
may
soundtrack.
iba-ibang songs pa and this is one of the
Well,
tracks. Paano pumasok yung song na to with the others? So,
Nauna ba to?
Soundtrack is hard to do pala. I mean, I grew up loving musicals and soundtracks. Let's say Reality Bites would be up there, somewhere up there. Para sa mga musical, yung favorite ko talaga na memorize ko na tape is Little Shop of Horrors, which I make Yael hear or listen to when we're in our garahe. So when we did the soundtrack, the order pala is hard because you shoot the whole show and then after that they edit it. And then once it's edited,
like a rough edit.
siguro yung una, Yael went to the actual studio.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it, it's just clips that are sent to you. And of course, sa batuhan, minsan may mawawala sa communication. Tapos parang nagiging busy ka. Tapos ano bang mas nagwo-work? Ito ba o yan? So aside from just the songs, Yael also did the actual mood music.
Scoring
Talaga.
per
So,
scene. Ganyan. When it's a
iba
funny
pala
scene,
siya.
when it's an emotional scene, iba-iba eh. So, it was
Yeah.
fun. It was fun. I mean, ako nag-enjoy
Everything
ako kasi first time
made
ko gawin eh.
just in this corner of the room. So, sa order, iba-iba, depending din dun sa, na-approve na ba siya. May mga ganyan. Tapos may mga layers pa siya. Like, the production side. Tapos may client side ka pa. Ganun pala yun. Ang hirap. Tapos, natuto akong mag-upload ng music. Minsan mahirap pala siya. But Yael did everything here. We would just throw everything either to Sir Angie Rozul to mix or DJ Joey Santos. I wanted to say Joey the Joey because that's my
What we call
nickname for him. So some of the songs sa kanya naman. Ano pa ba? Well, minsan nafe-feel namin na baka bagay to sa upcoming song or upcoming episode.
Episode.
Oo. Pero, mahirap.
Tapos ano rin eh, kasi
Ano ba
we were
explain?
able to, hindi commission yung term for, I think we commissioned, I think it's a term. We
Ah, yeah.
commissioned a friend to write one of the songs kasi parang we needed something that was a bit parang romantic pero in a naive way.
Hindi naman.
parang-
like early
it-
stages of love.
There's nothing wrong with naive. You can say that if you're worried that it might be offensive.
Hindi naman.
No. It's a kind of, it's an early stage. It's naive kind of. It's exactly what an early stage of love is.
Ayun
It's like a
ba?
naive kind of a love song na I
Hopeful
can't
pa.
na I find it hard to come up with kasi
Idealistic
I am
pa.
ako kasi jaded ako eh in general. Alam mo yun, parang even yung vocabulary ko parang nahihirapan akong mag-simplify kasi it's just something that happens to you when you do something for 20 years. It's hard to to keep it simple kasi parang you feel na I've done these simple things before. So iniiwasan ko mag-repeat ng technique. So nangyayari parang it makes more sense to look for someone who's like starting, even starting, but who's done things na pero parang hindi pa siya takot gawin yung technique muna niya. Parang, you know, like a three-point shooter who will shoot three-pointers, basically. Hindi pa na kailangan mag-evolve ng dribbling skills eh. Parang ganun. So, perfect si Onin for it.
Yeah, actually, we really had him in mind in the beginning pa lang kasi we knew there would be a scene where there would be an acoustic night where Ian Veneracion picks up a guitar and sings. So I knew I was looking for something like that. And Onin really popped up in my head because one night, there was this stranger in our home and I was like, what's he doing here? And he has a guitar. Yung pala, ni-mentor ni Yael, diba?
Hindi siya pumasok ng walang ng may susi. I mean, pinapasok ko naman siya. Parang hindi lang siya kilala pa ni Kay.
Pag-uwi mo,
Hindi na-inform.
Hindi ka na-inform.
Oo, pag-uwi mo, may mama.
May mama. Grabe ka naman kayo.
Mama!
Ay, okay lang naman, mama. Pero
Mas
parang bata
maganda
pa ni
yung-
Onin.
Mas maganda yung kwento na, so, syempre nasabi naman ni Yael, but sometimes hindi talaga nagre-register sa mind mo
Yeah.
when somebody says, you know, there's gonna be a guy coming over to just jam and whatever.
It was pre-prod for him for like a song he was gonna do.
Yeah,
so I was just
yeah.
helping him out with the arrangement. Kasi ano yun eh. Ako kasi yung dati, nung nagsisimula ako eh. Nung mga 12 years old ako, ginagawa ko yun eh. Alam mo yun, yung darating ako sa mga party na may gitara or pupunta ako sa bahay ng mga friends na may gitara, paparinig ako ng kanta.
Yeah.
So kaya madalas akong tumulong ng mga songwriters na bata kasi ako yun before.
Tama no. Kasi back in school, you could test it already with your classmates simply and naturally.
Oo,
like
by
that,
letting
no?
them listen to it. Anong
Yeah.
feedback?
Hindi, pwede rin dati nauso yung three-way eh. So yung nasa phone ka, tapos dalawang tao na agad yung nakikinig. So, kaya rin ako natutong mag-guitar na minimal yung movement kasi malalaglag yung phone eh. Kapag gumalaw ka.
Yun yung test audience
So parang
mo.
nakaganyan ka yan, tapos nakaganon ka, tapos tinutugtog mo. Kasi pag elaborate ka, pumunta ka sa mga 7th fret, pumunta ka dyan, laglag yun eh. Tapos mas madali yan pag mainit, tapos walang aircon, tapos wala kang shirt, para yung phone mo didikit sa pawis mo. Kasi mas pwede nang dumikit yan para andyan pa rin. Uy, yung mga lumang phone. Kasi pag pinawisan ka na andyan eh, pati yung gitara hindi na kailangan ng strap eh, sa pawis mo nakadikit na sa'yo. It becomes a part of you in a very literal sense. So, ganun yung experience ko before. So, nung pumasok si Onin sa buhay ko at naging friend ko na songwriter at ka-basketball, parang, uy, stig to ah. Tsaka, yun nga eh, hindi kasi siya nagtatry mang-impress eh. Parang as a songwriter, nagkikwento lang siya. So, ang sarap lang ng ganun kasi after a while kasi para when you've been to the circus, parang yung trapeze, hindi na yun yung main event eh.
Yeah.
Ang mas main event na kung yung hindi ko alam, yung mga lion.
The party pooper.
No, kasi it's a party pooper. Yun yung naririnig kong lyrics sa Greatest Showman. Kasi hindi ko alam yung lyrics, yun yung misheard lyrics ko.
It's a party.
It's a party pooper.
Pero yun nga, yung sa soundtrack, diba, yung with the song naman, yung Wake Up Next to You. Nauna ba siya nung bago yung others?
Order.
Kaya yung order na yun? Or siya pumapasok? Or like,
I think nauna.
inisip mo na yun ba yun yung pinaka
Sa kanya ba
carrier track of the whole soundtrack?
May in-address ka ba sa kanya?
Kasi yung trailer, yun yung kanta eh, di ba?
Yeah, we had it.
Yeah, I think it came first, and it set the tone. Pero there was no mindset na this would be like a carrier track. Kasi parang, we didn't have to operate like a record label in the sense na this is gonna be the main single. Parang, hindi to parang I don't want to miss a thing ng Armageddon. Parang, hindi namin kailangan mag-isip that way. Tapos yung next, yung Leaving on a Jet Plane. Kasi parang may order sila ng release, diba? If you remember from the late 90s.
Pero parang opening credits, opening billboard.
Yeah.
It felt like it would be beautiful for an opening billboard or an opening shot, which it was. And then, because I'm super into K-dramas and I love K-drama soundtracks, alam namin na per character, there's a song. So it's not just about one song. It's just about like the whole soundtrack. So we tried to get as much songs in there as we could or that we could afford. But, or, given the time.
So,
pero yeah,
you mentioned na parang you kind of based it on K-drama na parang per character may main
Hindi
songs
naman.
nila
It's more like siguro being obsessed with K-dramas and loving the soundtracks. It was really a dream to have as many songs as we could. And it always from everything that we've heard people complain about na masyado siyang mahal, it was a feat. So legally, we tried to see how could we make this mutually beneficial to both the songwriter and the producer. Kasi the producer also doesn't really have that big a budget, diba? So how do we make it na it's attractive for you to put your song in here? We'll give you the clips. We'll have opportunities for you to earn, diba? Parang ang hirap.
Yung business aspect na.
Yung business aspect kasi hindi pa siya ganun ka black and white in the sense na hindi pa nagawa yung template na tama or kompleto. So we were still learning along the way. And there were some legalities that just took too long. Kaya na-delay yung release kasi we're working with international companies. So may mga things din in a contract that, it has to really be studied and matagal ang back and forth, especially pag may New Year, mga one month or 1 week yata yung mga celebration
yung mga
ng New
festivities.
Year, mga festival.
Kailan nyo ito nasulat ba? Like last year? Like
it
during
came out
pandemic?
Feb.
If it came out
No. We finished shooting in January. So we started making the music.
So sagasa sa Christmas time.
So
Akong interesting lang kasi for me dun sa whole experience of this whole soundtrack thing in relation to yung mga break tsaka yung mga naging problem. Parang parang I guess yung reality of things na kaya pala ang mga local TV shows nagpapa-record na lang ng remake of a song kasi mas mura gawin yun for any network. Parang if kunyari like a local network, discretion nyo kung gusto nyo i-air to. Like kunyari a local network will have someone will shoot a movie and they need a theme song. If they just have like a singer, a person A, re-record song A, which is already like existing.
and
Parang
a hit.
and already a
And
hit.
a hit. Oh.
Minimal lang yung babayaran mo dun sa songwriter na yun.
License
nung gumawa
lang.
nun. Oo.
Oh.
Tapos, minimal din malamang yung gastos mo sa recording, mababa rin kasi darating lang yung person na yun. And usually, if it's a solo artist, may nag-record na ng instruments for the person, kakanta lang talaga siya. Tapos hindi naman opinionated usually sila na parang, pwede pa iba ng bass playing? Hindi, wala na nagko-correct na ganun. Pag hindi ka naman nag-instruments, hindi mo napapakorrect yung instruments usually. Again, usually. So, anyway, kaya mas madali for people to do remakes. So,
Yeah.
tsaka, medyo surefire
Less
na alam na ng mga tao
complicated.
yung song.
Uh-oh.
Pero
No.
if you want to succeed globally, like Korea, kung ano yung nagawa nila, you invest in a soundtrack and make people create new songs para yung experience of the new song naka-specify dun sa show
Nakadikit
ninyo.
dun. Oh.
Hindi yung
Nakadikit
gusto ko yung song
talaga
na yan
dun.
kasi graduation
Yeah.
song namin yan nung
Yun
1992.
yung importante,
Hindi ganun.
dikit.
Meteor
Exclusively
Garden.
mine.
Yeah.
It's
Oo.
exclusively for this feeling.
And for this show, this part.
Wala akong ka-share na number 2 lang pala ako. Parang gano'n. Kumbaga sa love.
Alam mo,
Bakit may ka-share ako sa feeling na to? Dapat novel feeling, di ba? Kasi nga, bago naman yung show. Bakit umulit lang from another thing?
Kaya may mga
Ang
songs
ganda
na
yan.
kapag nagustuhan mo yung show, tatatak talaga sa'yo for life.
Oo.
Parang My Heart Will Go On
Yung-
ng Titanic.
Ay,
Parang
yung gusto ko pa rin
diba?
sabihin.
Oo,
Yun.
Beaches.
Parang forever
Oo.
na nakadikit yung kahit pag kami nagre-reenact na as a joke ng mga I'm the king of the world. Parang
Alam
yung
mo
mga
yun
gumaganon
yung
pa rin.
kanta na yun
Oh.
for that.
Saka yun yung feeling. Like for me, yun yung when I was in 4th year high school and my whole batch walked from Poveda to Robinson's Galleria to watch Titanic. And I saw Leonardo DiCaprio at sabi ko, that's what it feels to be in love. One day, I will fall in love. Kasi ang gwapo talaga ni Leonardo DiCaprio.
4 years old ako noon.
17
Tas
times.
bawal
4
ako.
years old.
Tas
Ay,
Tas pinasok ako ng gusto manood ng buong family ko. Sinabi nila na
oo.
parang like 7 years old that time minimum. Parang 5 pala ako, 4 to 5. Sabi nila, ano na siya, parang 7 na siya. So like, hindi ko
Shucks,
nagigets yung
4
half
years
ng
old ka pa
seeds.
lang nun.
Alam mo yung mga ganon? Hindi ko siya, akala ko namamatay lang sila, like may murder ba? Naalala ko yun. Pero
Tapos
like,
akala mo, nagkulong lang sila dun sa kotse.
Naalala mo na pogi si Leonardo.
Hindi mo alam pa yung nangyari.
parang in my head, like, why am I here? Tapos kapag bibirit na si Celine Dion, alam ko, in fairness yun. Yun ang inaalala
Diba?
ko.
May memory siya.
Growing up. Or Coyote Ugly. Super gusto ko yung soundtrack ng
Ganda
Kayote
yung soundtrack
Ugly.
nun.
Super like,
Which
wow.
was it?
Bawal ko rin panoorin yun nung time na
Coyote
yun.
Ugly. O, bawal din sa'yo yun. Lumabas
Diba?
yung 1 year after Titanic, 98
Diba?
yun. So,
Pero pinanood ko
5
rin
ka nun,
siya.
6.
Pero yun
Maganda yung
ata
song.
pirated ata. Pero like super,
Alam yun.
kabisado ko yung Coyote. Yung mga ano, like Right
Ang-
Kind of Wrong.
Ang galing-galing ni John Goodman sa movie na yun. Di ba siya yung tatay?
Wow.
Can
Siya
Fight
yung
the
dad.
Moonlight, Acel. Leon
Can't
Rimes.
hide the moonlight.
That's it. In the... sorry, okay. Like, kaya
Hindi ko napanood kasi yung movie.
Meteor
pero
Meteor
ano yung
Garden. Gusto ko din. Like,
Oh,
wala
yun.
lang. Sabi ko siya
Good
Iba yun
sound.
yung baby na.
Mm-mm.
Ang galing kasi
Baby,
nagka-transpose ng...
baby.
Transpose half step yun. Tapos half
Tsaka yung
step lang
Ching Fei
nagka-transpose.
Tay.
Parang,
Maganda yung
what?
Ching Fei Tay. Sorry.
Ako hanggang ngayon, si Kim Phil, pagka narinig ko yung kanta niya, na-imagine ko mga fried chicken na nahuhulog sa sahig ng bus.
Ano yan?
Ano yun?
Si
Startup.
Good Boy.
Yung part na episode 1 nung namatay yung dad, spoiler. Nung namatay yung dad, tapos nalaglag niya yung manok sa bus. Yun yung song na nagpe-play.
Umiyak ako.
Napanood mo na
doon.
ba, Acel?
Oh, startup. Umiyak
Okay.
ako. Doon
Wala ako
Startup
naalala ko.
Tayo
Pag startup
ano.
naalala ko yung Money eh. Money. Hindi, joke lang. Okay.
Ay,
Kaya
yung
pala,
money!
pinapanood ko yun pag napapagod ako sa trabaho. Tapos iniisip ko, sige, motivation.
May YouTube,
Pag pagod na
Oo.
pagod ako, like, partner.
may YouTube video dun na yun
Oo,
lang. Yung
pinapanood
video
ko.
lang nila. Oo.
Yes. Nakailang repeat na ako. Anyway, going back to
Wala
soundtrack.
na,
So,
going back.
So,
So,
yun
with
yung
Wake
silbi
Up-
ng soundtrack.
oh,
Yun ang
Oh,
silbi
yun
ng
yung
soundtrack na
silbi.
maganda.
Maalala mo talaga yun. Specifically for that.
Mm.
Kasi ang true cost of the soundtrack we did, I would never be able to afford that. And
Yeah.
ang danger nun when you commission somebody is you're not sure if they're able to deliver in a snap of a finger. And you could always argue, I'm a creative, hindi ko nagawa. 'Di ba? Parang how do you work with that?
parang if you can't work, I mean, deadlines are creative challenges. I mean, for me.
They could
Doesn't-
always just commission also if there's something that they cannot produce. That's
Oh,
also an
as somebody
option.
else. So.
Yeah.
Part of
Kasi
it is
that's-
learning how to pass the
That's
ball
what
and
we
when.
did as well.
Oh.
For
Or work
certain
with
things-
somebody na tulungan mo ako, hindi ako makaisip ngayon.
Yeah, then
Work
you
together
commission
tayo.
them.
Oo.
Which we did
Mm.
when we needed a naive love song that's, simpler.
Oh, pero
Parang
you
let's
look
get
for
someone who does
somebody
that
who
talaga.
can, oo.
Yeah.
Tapos
Parang
work
hindi na ako
together na lang.
I mean, kunyari, kung may track na hip-hop, kukuha ako ng guy na hip-hop talaga para mas natural sa kanya yun. Kaya ko rin naman siguro mag-hip-hop, pero mas legit pag yung gumawa ng hip-hop ay hip-hop talaga eh. Kasi iba yun eh. Kailangan yun yung
Nandun sa
lifestyle
system
eh.
nila eh.
Oo eh.
sa
Kasi
system
hindi lang naman yun
natin.
parang drums na poste tapos bass na maliko. Parang hindi. Kailangan yung
Nasa sistema
lifestyle
eh.
mo, yung naglalakad ka pa lang sa mall, ganun ka na.
Okay. So, we asked on Twitter some questions.
Oo nga.
Nakita ko ba?
Nabasa ko.
On
So we asked
Twitter.
some questions on Twitter and we got fans to be involved in the episode. So I'll start with the one. We might read usernames wrong. So fans, we're sorry. So this one is from Trisha May at @iStanKarylle_. So strict po ba kayo sa isa't isa when it comes to music? I mean about the deadlines and other stuff.
Eksakto pala yung question.
Kaya nga, kaya pinasa ko na.
And other.
Tama.
Like how was it working together then? Parang feeling ko more of yun
Ah.
na working with deadlines,
Yeah,
professionally.
the
like,
deadline
making
part is
things-
hard.
It
But
was.
yeah, you're pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But
So hindi.
hindi mahirap din
Hindi ka
siya
nahirap.
kasi minsan may edit or may
Pero not from
revision.
pero it's not from our end eh. It's
yeah,
from their
but
end.
sometimes things
Mm.
happen and you might agree, you might disagree, and that's always a challenge, diba? Because when you're working in a group, parang dadami na yung layers na you have to consider and stuff like that. Syempre, you have your own ideas. So I think what's hard is when there are revisions and miscommunication, especially ngayon kasi hindi naman talaga kayo nasa isang room.
Mm.
And it would be nice kasi when you're in the same room watching it and then you're trying out different things, diba? Which you did in the beginning, no? So I think
Saan
those are
nanggaling yan?
just,
Okay.
that's
Kay
mine.
Kato eh.
Those are the challenges, but totally doable and everything. Being strict when it comes to music, I think, Elle's number one strict rule would be don't sing covers. And that was really hard for me, especially when we got married. And how do I explain that to a client? I mean, I'm not allowed to sing a cover.
No, you
kasi,
are. I'll just laugh a bit inside.
Diba? And it's not like I have the catalog. I don't have a
Yeah, I love
catalog of Sponge Cola with like so many hit songs to choose from. So sometimes I'm like, so these are my songs? And yung lakasan na lang ng loob. Ito, meron akong mga sinulat.
Okay.
Maybe you haven't heard of them, but yeah, watch
Okay.
me be confident. This is
Pero,
my newfound confidence.
I have to
diba?
point it out lang. Was there ever a show that was not successful na ginawa mo? They were all successful still, right? Kasi yun yung kailangan
Yeah.
mali-realize ng mga OPM artists natin.
It's just hard in
Kapag
the beginning to
sinabihan ka
suddenly say, excuse me, clients, these
pag
are my songs. Maybe
Kasi
you haven't heard of it.
Hindi kasi kami sa Sponge Cola, yung RM namin, yung RM namin sa Sponge Cola, pag sinabihan siya na, ano po, 1 hour set, sana po ito po yung songs. Parang, hindi, may sarili kaming ginagawa eh. Meron kaming diskarte. Tapos parang, ano po yung mga songs? All original.
Then.
Hindi, pero you also know your audience. Yun yung thing. You just have to actually believe.
But the good news, guys, is that recently, like last week, I got a call asking from a company, a big company, asking to use my song. And I was just like, in my head, are you sure? I'm thinking about it. This song? You
Is this
really
song
know
bad?
it?
Dapat
Is this
lang.
song
No,
like
no.
It's a different song
It's a different song.
that you
So
wrote.
I'm thinking, so now I have to check the contract of the song because I don't completely own it. I'm thinking, somebody's really inquiring about my song. Or I was just like,
How is this surprising?
I don't know.
It's a good song. I'm not sure which one. Pero, I'm not sure which one kasi marami naman siyang kanta eh.
I'm only explaining this because in the course of going from these are my songs, maybe you haven't heard of them, it went to why do I have to politely ask my audience, is it okay for me to sing an original song, which I have heard other parang singers ask before they do it. And I'm thinking, I think I heard somebody spiel it a long time ago, and I now believe that is an introduction to a song. And why do I have to say, I hope you like it?
No, you can say that.
No.
Parang
wag na
okay.
lang din. I mean, if I were to really think of wrong spills na became automatic, like, why do I say that? And when I heard somebody else say it, sabi ko, maybe we picked it up from the same person and then we all kind of thought,
It was
say
okay.
that also. Oo nga, ako din. I do
no.
that
But
too.
I had to hear it from another person in a gig. Sabi ko, bakit na tinatanong? Syempre, okay lang. You wrote a song. Of course, we want to hear it. Diba? Parang, yeah, we want to hear it. Diba? So you kind of, having been there, and then you realize, shucks, why do I ask that of people?
Oh.
And then it kind of made me feel that parang mali. And maybe I
Hindi
spread
pa
that kind of a mentality as well. So I guess that's why I had to explain that whole, these are my songs. Have you heard of them?
But also,
Gets
parang,
kita.
I think artists should just be more confident with the songs that they write. Kasi first of all,
I'm so excited for you to hear this. This is
Yeah.
something new that I made.
And that's infectious eh. Kasi
Yeah,
parang,
yeah.
hey, it must be great because she's super like into it.
Yeah, and I think one of the things kasi like an attitude that changed in me then was when we had like this get together sa B&B ng mom ko, and si Bronya, she's a foreigner. She asked us for her musical wishes. So parang some people just want to hear music. It's their wish to hear a song, diba? So parang people just want to be part of that, and not everyone can sing, diba? So when you're actually amongst singers, parang of course you want to hear them sing anything and everything, diba? So there are no apologies or please there.
Everyone can sing eh. You just have to find the perfect song for you.
Oh, that's true.
Parang, alam mo yun, kung yung range mo hindi masyadong malawak, wag kang kumanta ng Celine Dion. Pero maghanap ka ng paraan. And again, babalik tayo sa, di gumawa ka ng original song, ikaw lang makakakanta nun. Kasi, kanta mo yun eh. Parang kung yung style mo, sabihin nila, parang, ba't ganyan yung boses mo? Parang tunog pala ka. Pala yung style ko eh. Bakit? Diba? Parang,
To be fair, gusto ko lang i-share kasi si Yael, yan din yung unang sinabi sa akin before. So I was telling him about busking. Tapos sabi niya, so do you sing your stuff? Sabi ko, half, gano'n. Sabi niya, why? Tapos
what back pa?
Yun, di ba? Galit na galit siya. Ganyan din siya in person. Parang,
He's strict.
bakit?
Yeah, he's
Ganon. Tapos sabi ko, sige, I'll try. So what I did was I changed my placard and I said, all original only. Parang, everything I'm singing is all original. shockingly, I got better tips. I mean, I got fewer tips but higher tips. It worked, ah. I got invited.
And Yael is very strict with that. I know
Mm.
with you, with some other singers that I will not mention. So,
I've called people on the phone after
Yeah.
a shared, like we
So,
would do like a back-to-back concert.
sometimes
Tapos I'll be like, what was that? You did like half covers and half your songs? Parang why?
Galit
So
lagi si...
sometimes I have to explain it to them that he's also like that with me. And that comes from a good place naman, that it's not just good for you as an artist, but also for the community because it elevates it somehow. But this is a
Lalo
whole
na,
episode.
lalo na in,
We
lalo na
continue.
with YouTube being
Mamaya balik tayo sa
the-
wake up next
with
week.
Oo.
with YouTube being the way it is right now. Parang ito nang isipin mo. Kunyari, they'll ask you, kunyari si Acel kasi malamang nagigitara at kumakanta. So sabihin nila, pwede ka ba mag Taylor Swift?
Oo.
Pero parang hindi ako, I love Taylor Swift. And even kapag
I love
nagpe-play
Taylor
ng song si Taylor Swift sa TV dito sa likod, sinasabayan ko yung ako yung nag-lead guitar
lalo
sa
na yung
gilid.
BBC Radio 1.
Tas sabayan ko yun kasi minsan pa,
Ah.
uy, pareho kami ng tuning ah. Naka-E-flat siya na guitar today. Ganyan.
Anyway,
Anyway,
siya isang ginawa na sobrang ganda. Sinabayan mo talaga. Nasa gitna lang siya ng theater. Tapos kita-kita mo yung kulot-kulot niya.
tapos tumatabi ako sa TV, tapos kita mo parang
Sinasabayan
nandun ako.
mo.
Oo. Ngayon, pero yung thing kasi, kapag nag-cover ka ng Taylor Swift song, para siyang, ito, may friend ako na may joke dati na offensive para sa mga singer. Actually, hindi, para sa mga kaklase namin. Kunyari, kumanta ka, nasa classroom ka. Kunyari, kanta ka ng any song. Wag na, baka may rights pa eh. Kunyari, kumanta ka ng, sabihin niya parang, uy, sino kumanta niyan? Backstreet Boys. Talaga, pwede bang sila na lang? Yun yung joke ng friend ko pagka kumakanta ka. Kunyari, any song, di ba? Kunyari, kanta ka ng I Believe I Can Fly. Sabihin, sino kumanta? R. Kelly. Siya na lang. Tapos, gagayan, siya na lang. Alis. Parang yun yung pang-asar niya. Ngayon,
Yun yung
isipin mo,
format.
if you're a performer, they can easily just get that YouTube video of Taylor Swift, broadcast it on sa same venue, and then they're getting the actual experience of Taylor Swift singing that song.
With her original song.
Oo. Ngayon, pwede ka naman gumawa ng rendition na sobrang ibang-iba, tapos parang wow, ang galing. Pero yun na, again, hindi na yun 100% kwento mo. Parang, ba't pa? Di nag-CD na lang sila, di nag-YouTube na lang sila, di nag-stream na lang sila ng Spotify endlessly for the night habang nagdi-dinner mga tao. So
But
parang, that's one thing to consider Parang, gawin mo na lang kasi pinasok mo naman yun Nagkumuha ka na nga ng trabaho na hindi mo kailangan magpakita ng 8 a.m. tapos umuwi ng 5 Tapos kailangan mo pa sundan yung rules na ganun. Parang, sayang lang. Gawin mo na lang yung gusto mo. Kasi andun ka na Parang yung half and half, nangyayari, ito, magandang example to. Meron kaming gig sa Iloilo. Sobrang saya ng show. Kasi favorite ko gawin, kapag maraming tao, gagawin kong sobrang intimate. Kaya may ginagawa akong thing like that Kasi, I guess it's a gift kasi sobrang daldal ko. So, kaya kong gawing intimate yung mga malalaking venue. Kasi pinapakinggan ko rin yung sinasabi ng mga tao hanggang nasa likod. Naririnig ko lahat yun. Kunyari lahat, kahit yung mga offensive things na sinasabi, nice things na sinasabi, I hear everything. I can hear it. It's my gift. It's para akong si Jean Grey sa X-Men or si Professor X pag suot niya si Cerebro. But anyway, we had a show sa Iloilo. Tapos parang at one point, parang may nagsabi na parang, oy, kantahin niyo naman yung song ni Justin Bieber, which I like kasi gusto ko yung song na yun Yung Ngayon, ang nangyari sa Iloilo, parang may nag-send sabi ko parang, oy, gusto ko yung song na yun, sige, pero hindi ko alam yung lyrics baka magkalat lang ako. It was an event for a telco Tapos may nagtaas ng phone. Sabi, ito yung lyrics kasi nung time na yun, parang ito yung pwede ka nang mag-search ng lyrics. Ang bilis na ng mga internet. So ako parang, sige, kinanta ko. Ngayon, ang ganda ng show. Sobrang saya ng event. Everyone singing along. Nung tapos na yung concert, yung mga tao, ang comment nila kasi I read tweets para I read everything. Tsaka right after a show, I edit the video ng performance. I post it on Facebook. Like, para akong same day edit. 1 hour pa lang nakapost na. Yung mga comments ng mga tao, puro grabe ang saya ng show. Lalo na nung kinanta mo yung Justin Bieber. So ako parang, okay naman yun. Pero parang, alam mo yung feeling na, teka lang, sa experience ko, ang daming ibang moments na mas okay. Tulad nung nag-jeepney tayo, tapos nagkamali ako, tapos sinalo niyo ako dahil nagsispill ako ng may melody, tapos nawala yung melody sa utak ko for some reason. Tapos sinalo ako ng audience. Parang ang daming magical things na nangyari. Pero mas maalala lang ngayon na nag-cover ka. Kasi unusual. Pero parang gusto ko bang maalala ako for something that I didn't really... the cover. It upstages kasi all yung body of work
Ginawa
mo
mo.
Oo, parang maalala ngayon yung ginawa mo na kakaiba.
Yeah.
So parang when you do the half and half, parang ang nangyayari for an audience na hindi masyado discerning, papanoorin ka nila tapos yung, uy, alam ko to. Pag hindi ko alam, check ko na phone ko. check ko email, tawag ako sa bahay, tulog na ba si baby? Okay, sige, check. Back to the show. Tapos na yung kanta. Ano yung next song? Uy, ito alam ko to. Yay. Mangyayari, nagkakaroon ng check-in, check-out, check-in, check-out kasi parang binibigay mo yung something familiar, biglang something that's super sincere and true and you but it's upstaged by by the cover. So, parang i-all in mo na. Parang andyan ka na, lundagin mo na. Parang yun talaga eh. Parang end of the day, artists should never be afraid to be themselves. Kasi kaya ka nga umabot dyan dahil yun naman yung unang nakita ng someone eh. Unless like, nagsimula ka as a cover artist. But that's, that's not usually as celebrated as someone who, like pare ko over any cover by anyone. Pare ko by the Eraserheads. Parang, parang, or kahit I'm more familiar, sigurado ko, in 10 years, yung mga fans ng Ben and Ben ngayon, parang pagka narinig nila yung song, that's my jam. I was in high school when I heard that. And I'm still listening to it. May mga magpo-post sa 3D Instagram kasi 3D na yung Instagram. Na parang 2031 still listening. What's up? Yung gano'n, yun kasi magiging part ka ng buhay eh. Pero 'di ba, parang imagine mo kung covers yun, parang someone else can replace you. Someone else can sing that song. Parang you just become a voice. Yeah, better than you. Or kung better ka, parang wow, lamang ka ng 2 points sa talent. Pero yung kwento, hindi pa rin sa'yo eh. Kwento yung tumatagal eh. Yung tunog kasi pwedeng makalimutan, pero yung kwento, nung asan ka nung narinig mo yan, nung nakuha mo yung wisdom na yan, that stays with you. Kasi ako, that stayed with me. Like, yung Eraserheads hanggang ngayon, parang mag-perform si Ellie, pagka narinig ko yung mga kanta, parang, uy, alala ko pa rin kung saan unang narinig to ah. Tsaka, kinanta ko yun sa classroom. Yung first song kinanta ko in public nung mahihain pa ako.
So does that answer your question about how strict he is?
I'm strict.
Yes.
Pero I think
He's
someone needs to
so
call it eh.
strict.
Kasi someone needs to be confident enough for everyone and say na don't succumb to the producer.
But, di ba?
Hindi pala yung question na to.
No. It's strict in a sense na
It's a big picture.
When
it
does.
I mean,
established artists who are at the top of their game. Can you imagine he tells them talaga?
Oh, parang kunyari,
Hindi,
ano
naman
sino
yun
ha?
eh. Ano naman yun eh, parang coming from a place of love. And if feeling mo naman wala nang pag-asa, hindi mo nasasabihin. Pero can you imagine that he bothers to give them this lecture?
Like, ako yung akin actual feedback pa, na parang, yung sound engineer namin, sobrang fan nung ka-back-to-back namin. Tapos parang, grabe yung set, parang puro cover lang. Tapos, hindi naman, minedli pa niya yung favorite song ko dun sa isa pang kanta. So, half lang yung tinugtog niya nung kanta niya na, yung kanta niya na to, ito yung kanta na kahit saang sulok ng Pilipinas, alam yung song na to, pag patugtugin mo yung song niya ng artist na to, tataas yung lahat yung kamay ninyo, tapos gaganong kayo. Parang, tas ginawa niyang medley sa isa pa niyang kanta, parang, tapos tinawag ko siya the next day, parang, dude, why gotta do that? Pero sobrang fan ako ni
It's hard
Riverside
because
Natal.
somewhere along the way, we get lost in applause, maybe.
Yeah.
And then,
it's addicting kasi.
Yeah, I did get a really good, ano nga ba yun? Piece of advice from a teacher of mine who said, don't become like a dolphin, addicted to the applause, because you still have to be yourself and an artist. So, pero the applause is addicting. So just be very, very aware of that. So siguro yun, it's the applause and the people around you na syempre, nabibigyan sila ng requirements eh. And you don't want to sound like a diva naman giving all these other demands. But it's not being a diva. It's just protecting your artistry pala, di ba? So who was being a diva? Di ba?
Di ba?
Diba?
Parang sinabi ni Denice kanina na nung nagko-covers siya, mas maraming nagbibigay, pero mas konti. Parang ganun lang yun eh. Kasi yun exactly yun eh. Parang you're getting parang more people na parang, uy, alam ko yan. Pero yung magi-invest na, uy, that's from the heart.
Ang hirap ano?
Parang
diba? Well, at least personally,
kasi
I made those
culture,
mistakes.
Ganun nasanay eh. Tapos,
ako feeling ko
being a singer,
is one thing. Being a singer-songwriter, if you have the skill nga, you should push for your own craft.
Like in America, you wouldn't be invited to any of those late night talk shows if you didn't have a new song.
Original.
Would they get you there? You need to make something new
sa experience
so that you could be there.
I've seen some remakes pero sobrang konti.
Parang wala.
Hindi, meron din.
Late night talk
late night,
shows.
may mga nakita na ako na
baka pag nag-game
kunyari, nag-concept album na mga Beatles na tribute.
Concept,
or
tribute album.
Or like a ska band na nag-cover ng lumang kanta tapos ginawa nilang ska. Kasi pag sa ska kasi parang part of the culture yung gagawin mong ganun eh. So,
But I'm grateful
Yeah.
naman na if there's one thing that came out during the pandemic, it's that when we did Bayanihan Musikahan, you had to have your own material. Otherwise, you would have nothing to sing.
That's
Kasi
true.
Yeah.
that was the thing
Kasi
I-edit out ka.
copyrighted sa Facebook eh.
So,
Kailangan
Boom.
original mo.
Doon mo makikita
Oo.
kung
Tas
wala
1 hour.
kang
Pwede.
ininvestan na material.
Wala kang kakantayin.
Ang gagawin mo, magkakwentuhan, shout out ka 1 hour.
You know,
1 hour yung slot mo.
I was
Sorry?
forced to write Breathe because of Bayanihan Musikahan.
Yeah, because you need one
Kasi
more song
I
to
need
fill.
to like a hope song. Kasi puro love song before. Eh, di ba?
Ah.
Parang May ba yun? Or basta early pa yun eh. It's parang medyo sabi ko, shucks, wala. Like, di ako pwedeng mag kahit anong cover. So, okay, sulat ako. Ganun.
Galing.
Or like yung musikahan, yung parang unang wika ng August last year, ganun din. Parang since they required an hour long, tapos sinayin ako syempre Filipino songs, di ba? Tapos nilista ko yung mga Filipino tracks ko, parang bitin. Parang like every 2 English songs. So nagdagdag ako ng 2 more Filipino.
Actually,
Kasi,
ganyan sa amin, like, yung nung nag-start kami, yung lyrics, alam ba, syempre gusto mo tumugtog. Dun sa kilalang lugar, hindi ka pa tutugtugin kung wala ka original. Kaya,
sa Mayrix.
first kami, nung
Nabutan mo
simula
ang Mayrix
94,
sa
Cla-
EDSA?
sa Espanya.
Espanya
yan,
na.
Club Dread.
Ay, sorry, Club Red. Okay.
Club Dread ng EDSA. So, yun din.
Ah.
Kailangan original.
Yun yung rules, yun yung mga kailangan yata eh.
Yung sa amin, kaya kami may cover kasi 4 pa lang yung kanta namin. I was in, 4th year high school, 3rd year high school.
Nung nag-Club Dread ka.
Then, nung nag-ano kami, mga gigs pa lang sa mga, like, kunyari, gigs, nalala ko pa to Poveda, first gig namin ever. School pa ni Kay. Poveda, pre-show. Tapos kailangan 30-minute set, so 5 songs. So parang sabi sa amin parang, baka, 4 songs pa lang meron kami. Tapos parang, paano yan? Tapos parang, kailangan kasi 30 minutes eh. Baka pwedeng mag-talk ka na lang. Pero nung time na yun, shy pa ako eh. So, paano to? Paano natin mas-stretch yun? So, we had to do one cover and that was crazy for you.
Sila gumawa sila eh.
Oo.
Wala ka pala eh.
Wala.
Out.
Wala pa. Pero after nun, wala na. Parang,
Hindi. Pero
the next cover we
those
did
are
was
the things-
tribute na eh.
those are the things naman he learned. So he did it, he learned from it. And now he's so straight.
Tsaka yung manager namin
He's an
before,
advocate.
hindi ko pa rin naintindihan.
He's a
In-explain din niya sa akin.
champion
Na
the
it's
original
upaging.
music, which
Yeah.
is the reason why this soundtrack is all original.
Mm.
I think that's so hard kasi the culture that has to be changed talaga. Yung ganun din na respeto din. I mean, I think it's also the
I'm
respect
not
and the
being a diva. You're the diva.
Alam mo ito
You're the
napaka-simple
tyrant.
change nito.
Joke lang.
Napaka-simple change nito for events people. Pero alam mo, kailangan muna nilang gawin, tanggalin nila sa vocabulary nila yung salitang racket.
Grabe naman.
Ako talaga eh. May mga
Ang layo
alam mo
na
marami
nung
na ako,
topic.
sorry may mga nag-correct na ako ganyan parang, uy, nakita ako sa mall. Oy, Yael, dami mong racket ah. Wala akong racket. Check mo ang ibig sabihin ng racket sa dictionary.
Racket boys.
Parang a way by which you procure money usually through illegal means.
Illegal means?
Yun yung
illegal
definition.
means. Talaga,
Klaro.
Google ko tuloy.
Ang racket kasi,
Ang
meron kang binibentang halaman na kunwari, nagpapaganda ng skin, pero ang totoo, halaman lang siya. Parang, ang racket, there's a tendency, may panlilin lang na nagaganap. Ito, nakakatawa. This will usually work. If they say, we're expecting kasi sana like a few covers eh. Tapos parang, but aren't covers passe? Ngayon, isipin niya, ano kaya ibig sabihin ng word na passe? Para nakakahiya, hindi ko alam to ah.
You know,
Paano ba to kasi racket ko lang to
Mag-agree.
eh. Alam mo, maganda talaga, maganda talaga panoorin yung movie na Sing Street ah. Lagi ko pa, yung part na about
Sing
covers.
Magpapa-electric
Yung
tayo.
every wedding has a covers band and every covers band has one member who wish he had the balls to actually write an original song. Parang ganun yun eh. Yung parang kung okay ka, anyway. Nothing wrong with being a covers band, pero parang
but if you have a
like,
song, if you have your own songs to sing it.
No, parang
If you're a
if you have-
songwriter talaga, you
Yeah.
sing your songs.
Tsaka if you have big dreams and you wanna like, not be an eagle and not a parrot, try to fly a bit higher. Amen? Kasi yung parrot hanggang doon lang siya kay Jafar eh. Parang, hey, Iago, I pretty wanna cracker.
I love this
Diba?
episode. So many controversial things. Don't edit it out.
Yeah.
Parang,
No, it's a
pwede
different,
ka naman maging parrot
it's
eh.
a
Cute.
special.
Diba yung parrot cute? Makulay, andun
There's
siya.
nothing wrong
Nothing
about
wrong.
bringing forth your ideas that might not be accepted very well. It's time to discuss it,
Oo
diba?
nga, sabi nga ni
Yes.
Paolo Valenciano, ano gagawin nila sa'yo pagka nagalit sila sa social media? Pupunta sila sa bahay mo, magka-COVID ka sila.
Kulit! Pira!
You
Hindi,
love
pero
talking
it's true.
about it anyway, so
But
talk about it.
But it's true na parang, and yun. So, next question, Acel.
Okay, next question. Sige, sa
Tayo.
tayo, Twitter fan question by Karylle Denice. Yan. Is it possible daw for the two of you, yan, to be the artist sa music video? Kasi di ba parang gagawin pa lang or wala
So,
pa?
yeah.
is there a music
Of the
video?
song?
Shooting on
Oh, meron ba? Oh, sa
Yeah, we're
Friday
shooting
na.
on
Okay,
Friday.
wow.
I know, the call time is
Ah.
4 a.m. Syempre, dapat wake up.
Sunrise.
Wake up.
Sunrise.
Ako yung tagagawa ng coffee eh.
Oh, so, kayo
Good
talaga
beverage.
yung mag-a-act.
No.
Are you gonna be there?
Hindi, I'm gonna make coffee for you. I have a
Okay.
gig that day eh.
He has a gig that day. But yeah, maybe we'll do
Kasi yung
a live video, maybe
Yeah.
from our own B&B, Mama's Farm.
we already have our own song with a music video.
No,
eh.
they want us. They're asking about
Ditong
Oh, for this
song.
one.
Yeah.
I'll be there in spirit.
Yeah, nga, we'll just do a
So
live
hindi.
video
So that's
soon.
the answer.
I'll be the coffee provider. So if you see Kay wide awake in the video, that was me.
At 4 a.m.
That was me putting the Nespresso pod inside the machine,
Oh,
pressing
yeah.
down, getting the cup, and here it is. Tas ganun. So I am
May
the caffeine
target
in your system.
May target date ba ng release ng music video?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just so happy that we have a team shooting week on Friday. Alam mo naman, pag wala kang budget, may mag-shoot? Oh, pwede,
Yeah,
go,
wow,
go.
Sabi ko nga, ako na mag-shoot. May camera na dito, ready na eh.
mag-e-edit.
DIY.
May magka-color grade. Wow.
Ito pwede may
diba?
color grade to. This is a
Si
G7X.
Onin nga, he shot his video. Well, a friend helped him out and then natuto siya mag-color grade in 2 days.
Oh, kasi gano'n na tao si Onin, kaya masarap siyang katrabaho. Kailangan na mag-color grade. Ako na, marunong ka? Hindi. Pero, pero aalamin ko yun in 2 days, tapos kaya na niya. Okay yun. Yun yung mga tao na ano eh. May mga tao na mahilig gumawa ng excuses. May mga tao na mahilig gumawa ng solutions.
One paraan.
Solution guy yan, si Onin. Onin Musika on Spotify.
Yeah, so yeah, we're shooting the video and ano lang yan, sariling sikap kind of thing, and some friends are helping me out. And, diba?
Can't
Sorry
afford
about
it. If you can't afford it, do it on your own.
Do it
Yeah,
yourself.
they're
One-
your
the
own.
Onin
You
way
wanna
yan.
do it, then do it.
Yan.
Di ba lahat?
Solutions.
That's exactly how Yael ended up doing a whole soundtrack for B&B. Can't afford it?
Do it.
Do it. Don't you? Okay. Sige. Denise, meron ka
Okay.
mga questions, no?
So is there a
Amity
hidden
rights?
Amity rights? What is the hidden meaning behind the song? Is there anything?
Meron ba? Wala
Like,
naman.
wala lang, like,
I
Easter
think
eggs.
It's not too hidden. Burgundy Blaze is from Burgundy Place. So
Okay.
that's it.
Actually, who wrote which parts pala?
Oh, I had to write the second verse. So yeah, El finished everything and he said, okay, we're gonna record. And then, butas pala yung verse 2. And at this point in time, Yael had already written so many songs for Sponge Cola. And I already knew that, no. He pointed out to me that I had not written anything in the course of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Which of course was just like, I did. I wrote stuff, but they're half and maybe another half.
Which
and
means
then,
zero.
and then this song pala sounds like Dua Lipa song.
Oh, ang kulit nito. Parang meron siyang kanta daw.
I listen to
Tapos
to
parang-
Dua Lipa every
parang-
day. That's my morning.
Okay, gusto mo
bathroom
gano'ng
routine.
kalapit?
It's not like I'm copying her, but I just really picked it up by listening to her every day and dancing to Dua Lipa every day.
Sobrang eksakto dun sa Dua Lipa
So,
song.
wala pa ako nasusulat.
So,
So, ang taas-taas na nung insecurity level ko. Tapos sabi niya, you have to write this tonight.
tapos nung kinapa ko pa yung chords, eksakto pa, half step. Hindi, talagang, parang, para siyang yung sister ko nung bata siya, nagsulat kami ng songs ng kuya ko, mga 12 years old ako, yung kuya ko nun, mga 17. Yung sister ko, mga 4. Tapos parang sabi niya, Kuya, I also wrote a song. Sige nga. isn't it weird that some people are blind? Parang, yun yung weird yan ng Hanson eh. Isn't it weird that some people are strange? Parang, iniba mo lang yung word na strange. That's not songwriting. So,
Sometimes you think you wrote it.
hindi, pero ang cute nun kasi sinabi nito, she's 4. You're so cute. I love my sister. Pero parang, ganun yung ginawa ni Kay na pinagpupilitan niya yung kanta niya na eksakto ng Dua Lipa.
It really doesn't sound like it. So anyway, so I had like, kasado na yung first part and yung last part. So missing na lang yung second verse. So he said, if you don't write it, we're just gonna edit it out. We'll cut it. So I was like, okay, I guess that's what I needed, a deadline. So we finished it.
Kasi kung walang second verse, magiging guitar solo yun. Tapos, diretsong last chorus na. Kasi OBB naman siya, hindi naman niya kailangan maging mahaba eh. Parang it just needs to flow. So kung wala, di wala. Parang ano yun eh. Nakuha ko kasi yung attitude na yan sa guitarist namin na meron akong song na sinimulan ko, I was mga 15 years old. Tapos mga 35 na ako, hindi ko pa rin tapos. Tapos parang sabi niya, parang, akin na nga yung kanta na yan. Finish, not finish, pass your papers. Parang,
minsan yan lang.
minsan,
diba
parang,
walang paraan. Parang talagang bukas.
Meron ka bang nakitang estudyante na tumira doon sa classroom ng 20 years? Wala, di ba? Pinapauwi sila, pinapag-graduate sila, they move on. Move on. Just give me the song. Pasa mo yan. Gawin mo lyrics bukas. So, linabas namin yung song.
That's the story.
Natapos naman.
That's the story with 5 side stories.
Saan siya nagsimula ba? Sorry, like, di ba nabanggit mo kanina, parang, so, instrumental, and then vibe, and then melody, and then
Nag-start with vibe.
Vibe.
Vibe and setting.
Kasi dapat wake
Vibe and
up
setting.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Nag-start ba sa...
How the show will look.
So, from start to bottom ba siya? Ganun? Ish. Or
Melody.
Or chorus.
Basta gusto ko lagyan
Elements
ng us and us.
Yan.
Gusto ko ganyan. Para kasi 'di ba pag bagong gising ka, parang pagka-check mo ng phone mo, usually ganoon na yung mga tao ngayon, parang
and for some reason I really prefer la. It's not a. So for me it's la.
Ako naman pa. Pero kanya-kanya na yan eh. Ano ba mas bagay sa
may argument pa on the last one is
So sabi ko lang, ano mas maganda? Ginawa ni Kay lahat, tapos parang doon tayo sa
yung
la
one.
tapos He
Like,
fought the la and the la one. Kanta yun.
Kasi
Denice,
mas comfortable ka kasi sa la kaysa sa pa.
La.
Wala, naisip ko lang kasi usually is pa.
I guess kasi more traditional. Also, I already have a song na may pop. And also Showtime. It's pop.
Kaya siguro ayaw may bias.
Para may iba naman.
We did one take na Payong lumabas. Sabi ko, parang it sounds, Showtime.
Tama.
Baka nakaka-confuse.
It's true.
So was parang when you were writing this, you were writing it with Karylle singing in mind nung singsimulan?
Yeah. Noong time na iniisip ko na si Kay yung kakanta.
I had other singers in mind and another song in mind that I couldn't afford. That's what I really wanted pala.
Teka lang, so nung may chance kang mag-isip na kung sino pwede, hindi pa sarili mo inisip mo?
Hindi. I had a song in mind for what I wanted. No. Originally, when it was just a script, when we hadn't shot anything, I had a song in mind and an artist in mind. Pero
Tama.
nung ginawa mo na yung song, alam
Kasi
ko
original
naman,
naman
wala namang ibang makakapasok sa bahay para mag-record. That's
Record.
Hindi, tsaka bagay rin naman kasi yung style sa'yo na ganyan. Yung parang bagay sa voice na yung pabulong-bulong eh. Tawagin mo si Finn, yung mataas ang boses.
ASMR.
Call Finn.
Hey, Finn.
Di ba?
Hi, Finn. Hey, girl.
Kahit yung mom ko ginagaya si Kay eh.
Hi, Finn. Sige, balik tayo sa mga questions nila. Ang dami pa na ng question. No?
Oo.
Karylle Spotify asked, what did you feel after you finished writing the song? Yay!
Well, first
Diba?
of all, thank you to Karylle Spotify. She always makes up these cute stuff on Instagram to promote the songs.
I remember, after you recorded the song, parang yung writing ni Kay for this song, medyo real time. Parang, habang inusulat niya, rinirecord na kasi andito, naka-ready na sa bahay. Diba? Kaya, parang lilipat pa ba natin sa notebook yan, diretso na dito sa mic, diba? So ngayon, by the time she was finished, natulog na siya. Kasi, diretso na siya sa taping, sa filming sa Tagaytay. ano yan, tapos mo mag-record, natulog ka na. Kasi gigising ka ng 5 a.m. eh. Tapos ako, nag-mix na agad ako. So, minix ko na yung track.
Wake up next to you, but wake up, pero natulog ka.
Natulog na siya. Oh. Nag-red wine kumanta, natulog. Tapos ginising ko in a few hours, tapos
Pero
umalis.
super happy kasi
Yeah.
yun na nga eh, wala pa akong nasulat till that moment.
Pero ang ganda. Ganda yung song. Good job.
Yay!
Tsaka gusto ko yung line na Burgundy Blaze. Kasi parang feeling ko, from an imagery standpoint, may nagagawa kasi ang burgundy na, it's red. So there's energy and there's desire. Pero it's a very subtle kind. Parang pasok pa rin sa
Parang
mornings.
muted.
Na parang,
muted red.
Yeah,
Sunrise.
parang pasok eh. Tapos, but it's a blaze. So parang it's like, there's like some kind of irony there that fits. Kasi medyo playfully malandi yung lyrics eh. Parang, if I could overstep my boundaries, there's so much I'd be holding. Oh. Parang,
Oh, is it uh-oh?
hindi.
Na,
It can be interpretation na yan. Pero sa akin parang, oh.
But the sound of Ian Veneracion, who plays Brody, is no. The other one, the na 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 na.
Ay, na 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 na. Yeah, that
That's
was
also
that was me. I did for the show pagka nagsuot ng shades.
Magtatanggal siya ng shade.
Pag nagtanggal siya ng shades is parang ang gwapo
Yun
naman
na
niya. Yun yung sound na
Yun
lumalabas
yung sound.
yung boses ko na gumaganito. Na 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 na. Parang wow. Ganun pala yung tunog. Sige, testing nga natin. Teka lang, pag kahit kamay mag-work. Na 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 na. Parang absurd. But yeah.
Ang kulit.
Nag-work kasi yung kids ni Shine, di ba, na-interpret na nila yung sound na yun as parang, something sweet is gonna happen or some
It's
guwapo
love.
moment.
It's
Yeah.
love.
Oh,
Guwapo.
it's a
Pero
guwapo moment.
Karylle, siguro follow-up question. Parang, di ba, parang you wrote it, the lyrics-wise. Parang, can you explain to us din? Parang some intentions that you had or why did you choose those words?
Oh, shucks.
Yung Burgundy Blaze, yun eh.
Yeah, always tells me na, sorry.
Always tells you na. Ano na naman.
Yeah, always tells, I like kasi poems is my thing. So,
It's cute.
I know. And Yael always tells me that I don't do storytelling. So Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah, so I've been trying.
Maybe
Aside
it's like, I'm
from
just trying to push you.
Yeah. So aside from writing music, I've been writing a lot of morning pages, and now I've been writing short stories. So yeah, so I've been trying to focus on storytelling rather than just my flowery words, which I guess Burgundy Blaze is still falls under random.
Setting yun eh.
Yeah, but it's still random flowery words. But then I try na, because it is a soundtrack, I'm trying to make sure that I'm living in the story, because that's what we're doing with Brody and Brandy. Yung parang even singing it's nice to know na para, this is acting, but then I get to fill in the blanks, diba, with my own whatever, since I have my own little verse, diba. So I guess it's that I'm just really, really trying to go for storytelling, but I'm still into my flowery stuff. Maybe if that makes sense.
That was
But
good
yeah, I'm so
explanation.
excited for people to read the other stuff that I've been writing. I've been trying to be super honest and naked. You know how it is when you're writing without music, it feels all the more naked. So hopefully, yeah, we get that material out soon. But I've been practicing, I've been reading a lot more and just really trying to put into paper all these things that I observe, things that I really like in nature, in my stomach, all the food that I'm consuming. So yeah, eventually more storytelling in actual story form na.
Sige, si Curbalicious Sana. Curbalicious Sana.
Curbalicious.
Yeah.
Curbalicious Sana asks, if you could change the song to another genre. This is a nice song. Nice question. Anong genre yun?
Producer's call naman yan eh. Usually, any song can become anything eh.
What if without factoring in the show? Correct.
The show. Oh.
Like, it's just
Like
a
if
song.
you-
Tapos kung babaliin mo siya, like, wala lang. For fun.
Anong genre yung maganda na gusto
For
mong
me,
gawin
I
for that
always-
song?
I don't know if it's a genre kasi musical is any kind of music supposedly, diba? But yeah, musical in the traditional orchestra
Mm.
style,
Okay.
if that's a genre. I don't know.
Ikaw, Yael.
I don't think
Wala.
kasi in terms of genre para sa akin parang there is a truth that needs to be released if it's the sound that it's if it's parang done a certain way. Yun na yun. Kasi parang
But
for me
if I
kasi,
could create a genre for this, it would be
Yeah.
musical but with orchestra, and then the rap part is a poem, and then at the end is
Okay.
ASMR of us eating food.
Okay.
So it's really the whole bed and breakfast experience. And then you could hear the crickets and the leaves. Because we've been spending a lot of time in our B&B, and gosh, the sound of the frogs, the birds, you
Rustling
will
of
be
the
aware, you'll really
leaves.
be aware of a whole other level of stuff that, oh nga, no, when I want to relax in my dressing room, I put on beach waves. So, yung ganong sounds, yung mga frog, the birds,
galing,
different
no?
layers, diba? Parang if you could ASMR that into the genre of a bed and breakfast, parang that would work out. Tapos may poem. Si El kasi niloloko niya ako minsan yung outfit ko for showtime. Kung maganda na ba? Oo, tapos magdala ka ng poetry book. Tapos minsan pipili talaga ako. Siguro kuha ako isa, no? For my OOTD.
May sinusuot kasi siya na
yung may mga
parang may mga long sleeves, may mga parang burloloy dito. Tapos
Nung
parang,
unang
may
panahon.
mga lace.
parang
Unang panahon.
are you
So,
going for
diba, ang ganda kung
Shakespeare here?
may poem. Oo. I've never really felt confident enough to recite a poem in music.
Di ba singing tawag dun?
Hindi, yung like,
Parang may mga iba, may
Spoken.
spoken word in between. Parang instead of
yeah,
rapping
something
it,
like that. But
you
parang
emote
I haven't found
Emote
the confidence.
reading.
Di ba?
Emote reading.
Yun
Sabi
yung
nga
feeling
nila-
ko, sobrang hubad.
sabi nga nila, breathing can be considered singing. So, ito, next question. At guess what? Okay, sorry.
Guess what
Sorry
yun?
na,
Feeling
guess
ko,
what? We suck at reading
Oh.
usernames. Okay, guess what? Had it not been for the series B&B, would you still release a song like it at the moment? Or
Oo naman.
you have other songs you plan to release
You're so
instead?
scary there.
Oo naman. Ang ganda ng song eh. Tapos parang it's very summary. Tapos even without the context, kasi some people naman, they'll hear the song first. Tapos they're like, oh, ang ganda ng song na to. I like the chill vibe and all that.
Yeah.
Tapos parang, well, it is a chill vibe song. So, yeah, it's perfect
But
for your
sometimes having
afternoon
homework
coffee.
and the given, it's nice because you never expect to come up with certain things, diba? Like in Showtime, for example, we've had a lot of Magpasikat, which is our annual anniversary contest. Na bigla na lang we'll write something because we had homework or like a certain framework to work with. And then para iba din yung malalabas mo, hindi yung what is going on inside of you lang. Parang may ibang factors that just creatively expand you. So I think that's nice. At least every year we have that. So having a soundtrack was kind of like that.
Okay, another question at Stan Mistos. Yan. How many hours did you finish writing the Wake Up Next to You?
Yung part ko
Gaano
mabilis
katagal?
lang.
Mabilis lang.
Siguro parang yung mga writing session ko at home usually mga 1 hour max it. Tapos I'll take a break, I'll play Mobile Legends. Tapos I'll go back to writing.
Yeah.
For this song, mabilis lang. Tapos parang, kaya ano rin parang alam ko na lagyan mo na ng second part ko kasi parang andun na ako sa ganito eh. Tara. Kung wala, solo na yan. Kasi mangyayari, wake up next to you. Yun yung mangyayari dun.
Eh, yung sinulat mo yung second verse, mabilis ba lumabas
mabilis
sa'yo?
lang. Kasi nakaano na kami,
real time,
nakapasa na lahat yan eh.
Parang kung di ka magsusulat, wala.
Well, di ka na
Wala na. Parang siguro 30 minutes, finish or not
Oo.
finish.
Ang mangyayari doon,
Pass your papers.
i-delete ko lang yung buong section na yun sa recording.
Tsaka, alam mo yung nandun ka na sa
Drag to the
sweet
left.
spot ng voice mo na inantay mo, di ba? So, andun ka na. Konting time pa, mawawala na yung exact yun na yun eh, 'di ba? So hindi na siya magma-match vocally dun sa take.
Yan.
So wala talaga, wala kang choice.
Siya naka-condenser mic si Kay eh. So crucial yun.
Oo.
Kasi ako naka-SF57 eh.
Kasi
so
it
hindi
took us a
masyado.
while. I think we were warming up for about an hour. At least I was warming up for an hour. And I was like, no, this is not the sound.
Parang 3 glasses of wine.
It's really a matter of the wine.
So you were 3 glasses wine
Kaya
sa night
lumabas
track
na mabilis. Ganun.
during the
Yeah,
recording.
Yeah, pero yung 3
Kaya-
glasses, hindi
Songwriting camp
hindi yun mamang
in a
buhos.
vineyard.
Yung glass ng wine, yung tamang buhos, yung parang if this is
Yung
the
maliit
glass,
lang.
yung
Oo,
ganun. Hindi
Hindi
yun yung parang
naman
puno,
parang-
hindi yun yung parang si Michael Jordan sa Last Dance. Yung baso niya punong-puno na
Parang
gano'n.
getting into character as
Oo.
Brandy.
Ano lang, parang yung fancy night, hindi walwalan. A night of steak and cheese. Parang gano'n. Not like,
Not cheese, kasi cheese will
hindi wasakan tas crispy pata, tapos,
No.
no.
Pulutan.
Walwalan.
Cover art. I saw the cover art.
Oh.
It was
Si-
done by Armo.
Sino yun?
Yeah.
Erwin
Si Armo.
Armovit.
Our
Yeah.
guitarist.
Oh!
Yeah,
Magaling
he makes
talaga
a lot
siya.
of
Ang
good stuff
galing! Ang galing
lately.
pala niya. Sa ganun.
Super, as in,
Parang pinarinig nyo lang yung song, tapos bala na siya, ganun? Or may parang brief?
ano ba yung nauna for him?
Kasi nandun si Iza.
Pinarinig
si
yung song.
Ian,
Pinarinig yung song.
Actually, ang hirap kasi when you work with artists, and I always just give them a free hand kasi artists just really know what to do, diba? So,
Yeah.
So
when
it was his decision to
Yeah.
parang make an art, parang
Yeah.
pop art version of
yeah,
Iza. and-
Parang again, we didn't do we did not try to work like an agency and give him, alam mo yun, like give him
What to
essentially a
do,
cage.
But honestly, it's confusing to
But
some
parang-
people. Like that kind of mindset. Like for our wedding, what did I say? Oh, I want it colorful.
Yeah.
Like a beautiful
pag-
sunny day and lush.
Oh, yun nakakatawa for our wedding.
Ano lumabas?
At one point, parang tinanong si Kay, anong gusto mong, may peg ba kayo? Ang peg ko, lush, sunset. Tapos sila parang, what? Kasi, ang problema kasi, pagka kapag nasanay ka na doing it a certain way with pegs, nangyayari, gagayahin mo lang ano yung nakita mo na dati. Gusto mo mag-create kasi creative style
Bago
So,
nga eh. Oh.
diba parang, kaya pag tinatanong ako ano peg, sabihin ko, iniiba ko yung question, parang, gusto ko, it indicates or it implies ganyan. Parang, yun nga, parang ginawa ni Kay. Pero sa ibang tao, reaction nun, ang peg nila sunset, so ano yun, gusto nila ng
No, sunrise.
Ay, ano yung peg? Gusto nila may bilog na lumalabas galing sa dagat
So I guess, yeah, that same
na nagsisignify ng bagong araw. Ganun?
that same instruction applies to a lot of my work. Kaya sunrise, it's a bright and sunny day,
Yeah.
things
The
like
vibe.
that.
Hindi namin
It's the
sinabi na
vibe.
parang gusto namin parang yung album cover ng No
Yeah.
Doubt ng 1994 Tragic Kingdom. Hindi naman, kasi di ba ganun ang peg eh. Ang peg parang,
Merong
ito yung itsura eh.
panggagayahan.
Hindi ganun eh. Parang sa amin, parang ito yung truth na kailangan mong ilabas. Parang
Recently,
kailangan.
I told nga a group,
Parang
follow your
core
heart. And they were like, what kind of
value.
instructions?
Shucks.
Sabi sa startup, follow your dream.
Follow your heart.
Follow your dream.
Oo.
Sa mga cast naman nung show, paano sila nag-react with yung first time nila na listen yung song mo? Paano ba
Gosh,
yun?
it
Parang
feels so long
pinresent
ago.
nyo ba? Or parang just send it lang?
Yeah, I think when we first sent it, it was baka ano lang, WhatsApp lang yata. And then, ang magandang story na ganyan yung isa yung falling. Kasi, parang nag-show off si Yael during a Zoom meeting. He made the song and let them hear it. Parang he presented it
Parang
on the
real
spot.
time. Parang sabi nila, gawa kayo ng
parang
song.
to.
Parang
Yung iba kasi,
Ah.
alam mo yung pag na-send mo na, parang yung reaction is kind of like, yeah, it comes in
makita.
pieces, diba? So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yung sa amin na nangyari, kailangan namin ng song sana para pagka na-in love siya na scene. Parang yun yung parang pag na-realize. Tapos kinuha ko lang yung guitar. Tapos sabi, ganito ba?
So, Yael as Iza Calzado.
Falling into place.
Presenting to Iza
Yan.
Calzado.
Tapos parang, yan, ganyan. Ito na yun. Ito na yung song.
Oo.
So, nagawa kayo in less than 10 seconds.
Wow.
Alam ni Isa na
Oh, real
Siya
time.
yung-
Andun siya eh.
hindi na siya yung inaano mo, parang
Ako
ina-embody
siya.
mo.
Persona.
Ako siya. Oo.
Na
Tapos,
yun yung nag-wine ka and like just to get
Yep.
Ay, hindi. No need for
Ah.
wine. Pero napagod daw siya.
Ang mas-
Yung sa akin, alam niya. Kaya maarte din niyang kinakanta
alam niyo na.
ni Iza.
Yung Wake Up Next
Yung
Year.
Wake Up Next Year.
Ah.
She knows.
Yeah, she knows.
She knows I needed some wine to get
Yeah.
to that point.
May isang song sa soundtrack na si Kim Nemenzo yung kumanta. Tapos nung sinusulit ko, yun 4 hours ko sinulit yun. Matagal yun. Kasi parang na-stress ako sa idea na gusto ko tong nagpaka-method acting ako na ako yung character, ako si Brandy. Tapos meron akong B&B. Tapos feeling ko judged ako by the world as a woman boss by as a very sexist environment. Tapos hindi maski kung magkaka-feelings ako, hindi ko pa pwedeng ilabas. So lahat ng mga nung nafe-feel, lahat ng everything, yung confluence of lahat ng nafe-feel ng character na yon, iniisip ko the whole time. Tapos by the third or fourth hour, nag-message na ako kay Kay na parang pagod na ako writing this kasi nag-full method ako na ibang tao ako. At ang hirap nung stress maging babae in this field na kasi kumbaga ang Philippines naman transitioning pa rin tayo from a very male-centric, sexist culture
Patriarchal.
to something na mas open. So parang na-feel ko yung parang napipikon ako sa mga lalaki. Parang, ba't ba sila ganyan? Ba't parang pag may ginawa ako, judged ako. Tapos pag kayo yung may gawin kahit ano, parang celebrated pa kayo. So parang buong time sinusulit ko lahat ng parang stress ng pagiging babae ng character niya, nafe-feel ko. So by the time sinabit ko, para ako nag-long test ng Math 11. Tapos hindi ka naman math person. Tapos parang pagod na pagod ako after. That day, natulog ako ng mga 10 p.m. Parang tinapos ko yung song na yun kasi nakakapagod pala hindi payagan yung sarili mo ma-in love kung meron ka namang gusto.
Which is the main line.
Lalo na kung alam mo na medyo pabling siya, so parang hindi ka rin naman ganun ka-sold. Pero parang everything else sa katawan mo is saying yes. But my mind. Pero okay.
Just telling you no.
So, yun yung song kasi na sinulat ko for nakinanta ni Kim Menzo for the show din. Na parang doon ako napagod kasi parang ang stressful ng mundo na lalaki yung magkukol ng shots. Parang ba't ang hirap mahanap yung space ko as a woman. Meron kasing person na nagsabi dati kay Kay na alam mo, maswerte ang mga lalaki kasi pwede kaming umihi kahit saan. Tapos sabi lang ni Kay ay,
What?
tama. Yan kasi yung pangarap ko sa buhay, yung umihi kahit saan. Parang sino ba naman nangarap nun, di ba? Goals, college,
yung...
di ba? Yearbook.
Ano bang,
My dream is to pee anywhere.
Okay, so with everything that we've asked, what else do we not know about it? Is there anything else that is there?
I'm so sorry.
That we forgot
it was
to
so
ask about the
focused
song.
that we went all around and
It was so focused.
But honestly, thank you so much because this week has been amazing with that whole inquiry for my song that I was so shocked and happy about. And then now, Kiss You.
You know, kiss you is fish in Japanese.
So that and now this, that we actually have a whole 1 hour and a half for a song, di ba? Parang it was really a dream project just doing this OST. So to get this much attention and to have it in playlist means a lot to me. Thank you so much. No, thank you. I don't know how to say thank you without apologizing or di ba? Kasi we're trying not to do that, apologizing or begging or whatever. It's just really
Gratitude.
I'm just really happy. Thank you so much, Acel, Denice, for this moment where you just even though there are so many other topics about it, this is really a dream project for me. Earlier on in my career, my dad said, you should do a lot of songs, theme songs.
Yeah.
He just really kept saying that, and it stuck with me. And it didn't mean anything deeper than I didn't think we would go into producing. So, I mean, we're not perfect as producers, but we do want to make really good, worthwhile, beautiful stories. Eventually, to write those stories would be another dream. So we're trying to get all of the sides covered. So at least now we know the soundtrack side of it. And it has been a dream implanted by my dad. And I love so much soundtracks. I can't believe we worked on one in our tiny home. I mean, it's not tiny, but in our own home. So thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
So can you invite the listeners, where can they listen to the soundtrack and also watch the show?
Well, definitely, a lot of the listeners have heard it and have supported it. So thank you so much to everyone who sent in their questions. I know you really, I've been in that spot where I want to get picked. I'm going to give a great question. I'm going to make a good question. So thank you for that. To all of you who haven't heard it, just check out. The soundtrack is called B&B, the story of the battle of Brody and Brandy, the longest title, hashtag
Oo nga.
OST BNB. That's why we try to simplify the hashtag. Hashtag OST BNB. This is part of my dream, which is Project OST. Parang that's what I want to call my dream. How do we get more music out there, original music out there in the visual works that we produce? Kasi nga ngayon, ang daming ways na, ang dami ng platforms out there. So let's all help and support each other. I'm sure we can get more and more stuff out there.
Ano yan parang if it's in you to create something legendary, parang you just have to actually do it. And that's not just for artists, it's also for producers, for people in the industry to actually want better things for all of us. Big picture. Hindi yung parang okay na ako dyan kasi racket lang naman to. Yun yung thing with the term racket eh. When you call it's like calling your girlfriend shota. Parang sino to? Ay, yung shota ko eh. Parang, bro, what's wrong with you, dude?
What's wrong with that?
Shota means short time eh.
Yun
yung etymology nun eh. Sa 80s time. Pero parang ganun yun eh.
Ina-defend pa naman ni Karylle.
Oo nga eh.
Hindi kasi
Hindi natin kasi alam yung term.
words kasi through time
May etymology. Naging
iba rin
ano
na yung
siya eh.
meaning eh.
Oo. Hindi din
Some
alam na
kasi
naman.
term of endearment na yan na hindi na nila ginamit
Wala
yung
alam.
original kasi nga
Parang,
Yeah.
hindi ba, how hard
ignorance is bliss.
was it to say, hey, you have a lot of projects, good for you. Kesa yung, ang dami mong racket.
Project.
or what my lolo says to you, masabaw ang
Pasko. Oh, masabaw ang Pasko nyo. Ang dami yung show times 2 lahat yan.
Nakita ko sa Facebook.
Ang cute!
Dami.
This is my lolo Sunny,
So-
Lola
Lola.
Carlos.
So, yun lang, parang yung idea na yun,
Sabaw.
parang, kasi, may, ano yan eh, yung ceiling mo, kaya mo i-dictate yun eh. Yun yung ceiling ng kakayahan natin eh. Or parang, pwede naman tayo maging sobrang successful globally eh. Kung gawin lang sana lahat ng mga steps na gano'n na walang shortcut.
Yeah.
Oh, yun eh.
Big thanks pala to Mr. Ray Valera, who was my seatmate for a long time on Tawag ng Tanghalan. There was a time I was so angry and I was like in super fight mode. Yung ganyan, yung parang yung gigil ni Yael about
Hindi to angry, hindi pa to angry.
Yeah, pero yung gigil mode, syempre, coming from me, parang, bakit ka galit about it? Like, if you want more music out there, why are you so, I don't know, parang yun yung nakuha lang niya dun sa manner of pagkakwento ko siguro. And he said, sometimes you just have to have conversations with people, ask them to consider your music, etc. So parang dun din ako napaisip na, baka hindi naman kailangan ganito yung approach to get my music out there. Maybe I don't have to fight with people. Maybe
Does it sound like I'm fighting?
to some it might sound that way.
Maybe there's just so used
Or
to people
me,
being
baka
fake
kasi
polite.
when you sound so passionate, baka parang, ba't galit? So I guess our way was, let's produce the whole project. So maybe that was our way.
Si
And
Mel
then,
Gibson may kasalanan nito eh. Kasi kung nag-speech siya sa Braveheart, parang hindi naman siya tunog parang nagpapa-Christmas party
yeah,
eh.
passion sometimes could sound like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but sometimes people can think you're angry or
Tsaka if
what.
you're a producer kasi of a show, parang ano yan eh. Andun ka na sa, ito na yung pinili mo na
Position.
field eh.
Yeah.
Ba't hindi ka pa mag-all in? Ba't parang
Showing them
kailangan
how
pang-
it should be done. And
Okay.
that there's a way for it.
You're already there. You can change the world or you can just do what's required. Are you a C+ person or an A person? The power is yours.
The power is yours.
Captain Planet. Let our powers combine. Earth, fire,
My gosh,
wind,
Captain
water, heart.
Planet. Alam
Good
mo,
show.
Captain Planet.
Nasa
But
YouTube yung episodes.
yeah, I do think ano naman, it's a matter of really understanding that our small decisions for ourselves affect our peers in the industry.
Yeah.
In any form.
Yes.
Kahit like sa bigas, pag nagbenta ka na mas mababa,
yeah.
hanggat binababa ng binaba, pati magsasaka.
Yeah.
So you should always think of your peers. If you have it better for
Iba
you,
naapektuhan.
if you're earning by volume, then imagine
Mhm.
all the people not earning because of you. So I guess that's
Yeah.
it. Tama ba?
Yeah.
A matter of supply and demand, MM.
Yeah.
Oh, and we do
So-
have a song called Rise. Please check it out.
We have a song
I
called
wrote
Rise.
it. Performed by Sponge Cola.
It's really there.
It's an
called Rise.
actual.
It's on Spotify. It's an actual song called Rise. It's about
It's an
rice.
actual track.
It's about rice, as in there's
Oh.
no
I love
metaphor there.
rice.
Unless you know you.
But
put
now
your-
she put the metaphor. Amazing.
And we mean kanina, not to fly, not to rise.
As in rice. Bigas. Kanin.
To rise.
As in, give us a call, Erie, and it can be your theme song. That's International Rice Research Institute.
Mm.
It's also part of the map of Game of
In
Thrones in
Los
Westeros.
Baños.
That's man, LB.
So while we do our ending, again, that's Yael and Karylle with Wake Up Next to You. Thank you so much for being back, Yael, and for Karylle for being here to share your craft
Thank
and
you.
your songwriting. And we're really happy to learn a lot from you guys. And we
Aw.
hope that the advocacies you champion flourish in the industry in the years to come. Ayan. Yeah. Okay. Ayan.
Bye!
Bye.
You are still with us for another round of our focus sessions where Acel and I dive deeper into today's interview. So, Acel, what can you say about so many
Napakahabang
things Yael and Karylle
conversation.
feels about about making music and stuff, you know?
Wow, dapat pag-usapan lang yung song, no? Kasi song and focus. Pero we were able to tackle so many controversial, like, topics about it. I mean, connected pa rin naman. Kasi sobrang gets ko si Yael and si Karylle about original, because we're talking about original soundtrack, no? Based on their song. And na ginamit nga dun sa show. So, regarding dun sa covers, yun, dun muna, so madami masyado eh. So, yun sa covers, sobrang, I can relate, parang yung experience na, why do you have to sing covers if you have your original songs? Yun nga, pag may events and shows, sobrang relate ako kasi every time that I get invited, especially pag mga corporate events. No, syempre corporate events, I mean, iba halo-halo yung mga tao doon. Na not everyone would want parang my kind of music or genre, pero ako yung na-invite. Siguro yung organizer gusto yung music ko or whatever. So, they request also for me to sing a bunch of cover songs so that I can also serve the rest or like mga few percentage of the people there, no, so that they can enjoy the party or the event. So parang yun yung challenge, no? So I get it, no, parang ako as a singer-songwriter, parang half-half din. I like to serve, I want to serve, and so I do it. Magko-cover ako, pero I will still sing yung songs that I would want to cover or like gusto ko din siya kantahin. Kaya ako siya kino-cover kasi gusto ko siyang kantahin. Alam mo yun? So, doon ako sa gitna. But of course, if there are mga lugar na I can sing all original, sobra akong saya nun. Alam mo, iba yung saya ko na I can perform all my songs na wow, finally I can get to perform my own songs kasi they really appreciate. They will really listen. That means that the audience, even if they don't know the song, hindi naman siya hit song or whatever, that they are really there to really listen and to get to know you. Like, okay, what kind of songs do you write about? Diba? Kasi they will really listen to the lyrics, to your melody. So yun. So, yun yung gusto kong part na conversation na parang, wow, ano din siya talaga. Alam mo yun, yun lang yung opinion ko with that. Yun.
Ako
Ikaw?
naman, parang nakakatawa kasi whenever Yael and I would have long conversations on the phone, kasi nga, friends kami, we'll talk about these things. Na ako, as a new person on the scene, na wala akong idea eh, like what people expect of me, ganyan. Medyo may mga questions din ako, na ba't kaya ganito, na ba't kaya ganyan. And magugulat ka that veterans, like, kuwari, Yael, would have strong opinions about this. Na akala mo kasi everybody, siguro on a pag-list, syempre parang since bago ako sa scene, mas listener ako most of my life so far. Hindi ako part of it. So ang dating sa akin before going into it, na most musicians would frown upon um, pag di ka nag-cover. If you are selfish to just want to sing. Ako, may ganun akong dating. When Yael and I, at some point, we were talking about it eh. Tapos kinuwento niya about yung perspective niya. Mag-happy birthday ka, di ba? That's an original song. Parang gano'n. Inaasar niya ako. And like, that's a cover,
Cover
di ba? That's a
song.
popular cover. Like, why won't they
Oo.
want a happy birthday, di ba? Nagugulat ako na, okay. So, doesn't mean that these people are in the industry. Parang, okay, some people are fighting for Filipino artistry behind the scenes. And it needs support. And the listeners will also need to embrace it. Kasi, I get it if globally siguro ganun yung culture, but it's just in the Philippines that we're really expected to cover and not sing our own craft. So weird siya kasi like when it comes to Western artists, we want to hear their stuff. But
Yeah.
then when it comes K-pop, diba? Like K-pop, J-pop,
Even if we don't
C-pop,
understand it naman,
even
di ba? Pwede
animes,
oh.
we like original soundtracks, diba? Like Samurai X, sobrang love ko yun before and alam ko pa yung soundtrack. So, parang kung ganoon tayo sa lahat ng ibang kind of music
Oo.
internationally, tas sa locally, we don't appreciate original
Our
music.
own.
It's kind of weird. I mean, I feel like it's not too much to ask of listeners too. So ako naman siguro kasi kanina sa interview, we were talking about, people in the industry, producers who should be a bit more lenient towards artists on what they want to sing, diba? And what they want to share to the audience. But siguro right now, I want to take the moment to talk to the listeners and audience naman to ask for original music from the people you listen to, especially if these people are singer-songwriters or have capacity to sing an original song. Parang siguro yun yung request ko. Kasi I've also been part of Christmas parties naman on an audience side. And it's so weird kasi we invite so many people na sikat before from my past work and they won't sing an original. They'd sing a cover. I don't know why. I don't know.
Ako naman, I
Maybe
sing original. My original din. Pero yun nga.
maybe it's
dahil-
naman, it's the prerogative of the artist. And if that's the case, edi good, diba? But ayun, I think then yung confidence of artists
Yeah.
to share their craft should also come from the audience na
Yeah.
we're excited
To appreciate and acknowledge.
because we do that for other nationalities. So I think we should give
Why not?
our local artists that same respect when it comes to their original craft. Yun. Ako, I'm lucky naman kasi most of the people who invite me, I mean, I think, I'd really like to thank Yael for guiding me. Kasi he's one of my good friends talaga who has pushed me and told me na you're not good enough. Mga ganyan. Yung the way he speaks earlier sa interview, ganun din siya sa akin sa phone. That was like, I think if it wasn't for him, I would have had a lot of gig invites that would require me to cover. I've only remembered siguro one gig na talagang ang nirequest sa akin is half covers ng sobra. The rest requested a specific original song. Like, Denice, I want you to sing Umaga. I want you to sing Just Got Home. As in, meron silang titles na they want sung on that gig from my... And no one. But these are friends, Facebook friends, friends of friends, friend ng bandmates ko na narinig yung track namin. And since how I post is very clear that I'm a singer-songwriter, I write original music, most of what you're gonna see on my page are my songs or my creation, naging sobrang clear pati yung invites to me. I've asked so many busker friends kasi I have friends who busk before I started busking. So I asked, ano yung tips? Ganyan. Ako, reko ko, one person said, sing 80% cover, 20% original. Para yung draw in the crowd and then sing your stuff. So imagine, I was doing it for quite some time na ganun. And if it hadn't been for people like, kuwari, Yael and some friends na talagang pro original stuff, I wouldn't have had that courage to really push for my own music. And because of that, I've had more listeners. I've had more
But I
appreciation,
think
bigger
naman,
tips.
pag busking naman kasi, I mean, it's okay to just, yun nga, tama naman.
Yes,
to
it's
really
okay.
sing on all originals.
Ako hindi,
Kasi,
siguro kasi pag nasa mall ka, ina-expect mo people wanna listen to something familiar. Iba kasi yung gig na nakaupo di ba? May mga buskers din sa mall, sa kalsada. So usually, they'd expect that you'd sing something familiar. Alam mo yung meron ka ring sense of, ako I don't listen to new stuff. I listen to my old alam mo yun, paulit-ulit na songs for a whole year pag stressed ako. Yung mga ganon. And I think busking kasi is you're like the commuter's entertainment. Like, if nagmamadali sila, it's parang the audience won't be there to appreciate it long term. Kasi nakatayo sila like for an hour. So like usually, na-enjoy nila kapag kumakanta ka ng favorite song nila, nagkataon. Tapos, they needed that song for the day. So may point, okay naman din mag-cover for busking, just to be clear. It's just that siguro kung as an artist, you have frustrations na, why aren't people listening to my old stuff? Maybe it's a good advice to take, like the advice I took from Yael. Maybe it's a route for people, not just in music. If you have art, if you have other stuff in your life, like you have your own creation na maybe 0 to 100% treatment would also work. Alam mo yan, yung parang don't put one cover there if you want to be known as an original artist. Baka that psychology would work for listeners, audience. Like if you're an Instagram, if you want to be a vlogger and you want to be known for comedy, for example, then maybe you should put 100% comedy first until you get known for that, until you start adding. Kasi I see naman a lot of artists I respect, like Miley Cyrus, for example. She makes amazing covers, like as in, I love her, how she sings and sobrang galing. And I feel na it doesn't make her less of a songwriter. But kasi she has established that she is a songwriter even before she started doing her covers. So I guess this is a lesson of marketing 101, Brandy. Joke lang. Like, alam mo yung sasabi nila na, you know how people say don't spend on the logo kasi daw mahal. Logo, parang basta mag-post ka na mag-post kahit di maganda yung branding ng Instagram mo, yan sa marketing. But ang sinasayang mo dun is yung opportunity to build the brand na long term mo ma-reap. Na hindi mo siya ma-reap. Wala namang bagay na ma-reap mo in a year eh. Parang everything is like kahit college degree, 'di ba? Parang abot ka ng 4 years. So parang minsan kailangan mag-stick out at hindi maging impatient and believe in your craft. Ganun.
Ayun nga, I think it goes hand in hand. Talagang, kasi it's a culture dito. So, kailangan talagang magtulungan. I mean, the audience, the listeners, and then the artists to be firm, and then the producers to really invest. I mean, invest,
yeah.
diba? Like, I mean, even like, for example, yung pinag-usapan natin, soundtrack. Like there's a movie. I mean, you have a captured audience. A captured audience na watching the movie. They present something new that they can also listen kasi wala naman sila, I mean, in a way, wala naman sila choice kasi nanonood sila ng movie. Eh di hanggang maganda pa doon yung opportunity of a new song to be heard na na-capture pa yung specifically for a moment in that movie. Yun yung sinasabi ni Yael, diba? Na and I get it sa mga movies nga no? So parang yun yung tatatak. So sobrang gets ko naman din may mga nasulat ng kanta before na bagay din naman sa movie. Pero yun nga. So sana it goes hand in hand. The producer would be willing to invest for the industry.
The music is part of the film. So in a way, you're not going against anybody's wishes. Though I get it, budget-wise. Maybe hopefully one day we could, someone great in the industry. And it's a challenge for good businessmen to find the balance between affording original music. Like, if it could slowly be just maybe one track per soundtrack muna because hindi pa afford.
At least, diba?
And then slowly
meron siya
add
talagang
and then
kanta.
na-gets ko, it's not so easy to really just switch the boat, But maybe you have more leniency. Kasi isipin mo, brands nga invest in jingles eh. You know how much a jingle costs, right?
And tapos few seconds lang yan ha.
Yeah.
30, 60 seconds.
And it's the same thing. You're selling a movie. You're selling like a franchise. You're selling something you could license. And you're selling something you could remake and bring elsewhere outside the country. That we could earn from. Diba? Look at K-pop. A big portion of their economy is because of the investment, number one, of the government on the original songs. And then number two is that everything they make is original. And so everybody outside finds it refreshing. And us, we have good script writers, we have good cinematographers, and then we end up using the same songs.
I think also, it's iniisip ko kasi kung ano yung mga ibang factors eh. Kasi may nakausap ako kasi sinasabi nila expensive. Pero yung iba naman sinasabi, hindi, mas mahal nga yung magbayad ng license eh. So parang, okay, so saan ba talaga yung issue? So iniisip ko,
marketing siguro.
Baka yung time.
time din is
Yung
actually.
time, kasi syempre merong time na to create to record. Mas easy, mas mabilis. So sa tingin ko yun mas mabilis. Kasi I worked on a soundtrack It's an animated movie. I don't know if you heard Saving Sally. It's an
Oh, napanood
independent.
ko
Okay.
yun. Oh, ganda yun.
Kasama ako doon. I wrote some songs then and then
Yun.
2005 yata sa akin binigay yun ni Avid. They were still making the song. The movie, they're still tapos ang hirap kasi shocks, naintindihan ko yung kailangan may tunog si ganito, may tunog si ganito. Ganito. So I just created some mga yung kaya ko. And then yun nga yung to look for somebody else. So si Avid look for somebody else who can really parang i-compile na lang yung mga gawa namin. So madami kami noon. Kasama ko si Mikey Amistoso, tapos yung sa Pinwheel, si Minko Fabregas.
Dapat
But I
gumawa
I
tayo ng
oo,
episode niyan, Asel. Sobrang
I did
exciting yan for me. Anyway.
sinulat ko yung song ni Marty. Kaya yung title is Marty. So, at saka yun yata yung pinalabas nila dun sa animation sa huli ng credits. Yung song na sinulat ko, the Marty song. Tapos, so yun, it was fun, pero sobrang hirap din. Parang challenge siya kasi talagang you really have to be in that, yung story ng movie para ma-capture mo yung. So it's a different level.
Siguro,
Medyo mahirap for me. Pero buti na may nagawa naman ako, mga ginamit nila, tsaka mga ibang eksena na music lang. Na parang first time ko na, parang musical scoring na tong ginagawa ko. Tapos wala akong gadget, parang piano lang na Casio. Yung
yeah.
lumang Casio lang yung gamit ko Tapos wala pa akong Mac noon. Kasi 2000 ano pa yun. Tagal. Pero sobrang shout out ko si Avid makikinig. Sobrang na-appreciate ko si Avid for trusting me. Yun, giving me a project na hindi ko alam paano ko gagawin.
Sobrang gan. Ako, ito, siguro sa listeners, bakit ganito yung topic, di ba? Wake up, next to you. Sobrang, parang iba yung
Soundtrack
song.
kasi siya Soundtrack,
Pero
sorry
hindi,
po.
kasi I think, what listeners need to understand is the intention, the songs, di ba, that artists make also make a statement of their beliefs in music. So I think it's a very important topic to discuss in light of Wake Up Next to You because they made a whole soundtrack original. Which
Wait,
part
whole
tong song na
soundtrack,
to? Which part tong song na to? Because of this principle na napakaganda. Na it needs to really have a light. So you'll see the motivation. This is the motivation of that song. Before, I mean, di naman siguro, like, syempre the story. But, alam mo yun, they could have just easily gotten an existing song, diba? But they did it. They want to make a statement. They want to show people a good example and understand. I think it's part of it, na siguro they're pushing, I mean, I'm sure they're pushing for this principle. That's why they did this. And they also want to understand better and maybe hopefully, musicians who go through this, like yan, ikaw, Acel, Yael, Karylle, diba? Soundtrack. Is sana, yun, makapagbigay kayo ng feedback. We tried it firsthand. We understand now, this is hard. Maybe you could do it this way, di ba? Kasi we tried it this way and it's gonna be a bit pro musician, but it's not gonna be so bad on you. Yung isa pa is yung kay Karylle. Yung Thank You and I'm Sorry Squad, yung gano'n namin. I get it kasi ako natutuwa ako to see like someone like Karylle kasi she's known in the industry for a lot of things. I mean, she's a musician for me. I mean, I respect her. She's done Ramahari, di ba? Like, nag-musical siya, nag-abroad siya, search siya ng sarili yung stuff. Siguro, walang stuff niya na nasulat niya na sobrang like mainstream hit like Sponge Cola song or like, alam mo yun. Ako, I never saw it naman that she's any less of a musician, like how she seemed to, alam mo yun, the way she apologizes, but I get her. Because I like that, parang like, when you're surrounded by great people, you feel like, yung saya mo to be invited for your own song, na sasabihin nila sa'yo na, uy, Denice, kantahin mo to, itong song na to, or like, just got home yan, kailangan nandun yan sa soundtrack. When someone tells you that, grabe, like, maaalala mo siya for like a month, like a year. Actually, you know what? It's been a while. So like, ako, di ba, parang, so siya, di ba, you see how light she feels that she could talk about her stuff and she's recognized for her craft because contrary to popular belief, many musicians don't feel seen for the work that they do. A lot of people don't acknowledge enough. Or maybe hindi lang siya na-vocalize enough. Like, I wouldn't randomly go to Karylle and say, hey, you got good stuff, ang ganda ng songs mo, di ba? So, hindi mo nalaman yun, di ba? But, parang nakaka-humble din to realize that, wow, musicians talaga are really softballs. Labo softballs. Like, ano ba yan? Yung parang like, we're all, we all crumble like shrimps when it comes to our songs. Like, oh, like, ano yun, may ganun eh. So, today, wala lang, if you're listening and you know a songwriter friend, if you know anyone who songwrites or like an idol, you follow for a while and you haven't expressed,
appreciate them.
yeah, you don't need to say, hey, appreciate. You just say, hey, listen to your song. And it made my day. Or, hey, listen to your song and I remembered, hey, it stuck in my head. Isang line lang.
Sobrang ano na yun.
Or, sabihin mo nga lang, oy, di ba ikaw si ganyan? Ikaw yung laruin mo lang. Para, oy, Acel, di ba ikaw yung kumanta ng Ala-Ala? Kunwari, ginanon ka. Grabe, nakita mo, nakikita na si Acel.
Ito yung masakit. Hoy, di ba ikaw yung kumanta nung...
Ay, nako, umayos.
Yung wag na wag.
Ay, sobrang layo.
Ikaw yung kumanta ng Mali. Pero ito, nagtatawanan kasi kami dyan, nila Barbie. Kasi minsan, kakapalit-kapalit.
Kayo ng songs.
Magre-request sa kanya ng Tourette. Magre-request sa akin ng Torpe. So, hindi ako yung... Hindi
Ibang tao. Refer kita, bigay ko yung number. Pero yun, siguro yun yung ako yun. Parang like, message people and tell them, hey, I really listened to your song and it's good. Period. Or if shy ka, share mo lang yung link, tag mo sila sa IG stories. Kung may friend ka na, alam mo yung nag-demo, tapos kuwari sinend niya sa'yo 2 months ago, di mo nabalikan. Alam ko naman, ako, nangyayari sa akin, dami kong friends na, oh, have you listened to my track? It's like, alam mo yung nagkataon, masamang araw yun, send niya, tapos like, tatabunan. Balikan mo lang.
Ganyan ako.
May mga, oh, di ba? Like,
balikan nyo. Nagsisend sa akin, tapos
like,
hindi ko lang
take the time today to pause and go back to that. Hey, sorry, I haven't gotten to this, but this is really good stuff. Or like, hey, I'm gonna share this. When are you releasing it? Alam mo yung question na, when are you releasing this? Ang ganda. Grabe, yung mga songs na naka-out sa akin now were asked when it was gonna be released. That's why it was released. Marami kaming insecure musicians that wait for affirmation in whatever way. And see, even Karylle, as big as Karylle, would
feel that way.
Feel so elated that, one friend said na she still remembers the song. And it sticks, So, maybe we should do like greet a songwriter friend today. Make them happy. Ayun, yun lang ako. Kasi iba eh. Di ba, gawa-gawa tayo. Pauso tayo. Like, wala lang, just a random friend. Sure ako, marami nagsusulat now. So like, you have probably a friend, who writes poetry, who writes anything, and just say, hey, I remember this line from this song or poem or your book. And just wanna say, oh, how are you? Ganyan. Parang, wala lang, I just really like that one. And be sincere about it though. I mean, it's important that you're sincere with affirmations because that projects the musician to the right path. Kasi imagine how many original music has been shelved because they feel like nobody cares when they release the first one. And you haven't heard 10 more that would have been amazing. Diba? So ako yun. Yun yung with Karylle. And I'm so happy for her with this song. She seems really happy with her Burgundy Blaze. And it's a really nice parang vibe track. Parang appreciation for musicians. This is an episode to appreciate original songwriters, singer-songwriters, songwriters, artists in general, not just musicians.
Gets ko si Karylle kasi ganun din ako eh. Yung ang hirap sabihin yung hindi magsusorry. Parang let's try not to be apologetic. Parang kasi you wrote it and you gave your best. So it's note to self. I have to remind myself. Kasi maalala ko when I was starting, sabi ko, I hope you like it. Please meron pa ako please bear with me. Parang begging pa na parang to stay na parang teka lang gusto ko kantahin to, pwede bang dyan lang kayo?
Huwag mo na kaya alis ha.
Alam mo yun, na parang I realized, parang what? Na parang I shouldn't do that. And like if they don't like it, then go. Alam mo yun, and then kung walang paano pala wala natira?
Di yan. Imposible. Alam mo, di ba nga, sabi ko, nung nag-busking ako, dalawa lang nagtip pero tig 1,000. Mm.
Pero yan, if you're a listener or yun nga tama yun nga, let's appreciate yung mga songwriters na gusto nyo, and like if they have a new release, then if you have time, really watch them
Ay, nako. Ako swerte ako dun sa front. Thank you to my friends who um
and so
take
I'll just
leaves
look for my
me.
tribe. I'm still
Yeah.
in my I'm still in the season of looking for my tribe.
And meron kami, nandito kami, Acel. Are here all the
I
time for
appreciate
you.
yung Acel Angel.
In fairness, shout out kay Karylle and Yael. They went to Quezon City for me. For
Oh,
my
these are
gig.
sweet,
They're
diba?
both, it was the first time I met Karylle in person. Parang ganun. So, and then, wala, sobrang na-appreciate ko and they shared my music. So, parang, swerte ako. Because back then, I was thinking, shucks, I'm not worthy. Alam mo yung ganung feeling? Yung parang like, I'm not worthy of everyone's time. Lagi ako nagsasorry na, sorry you had to take leaves from your work. Pero now that I'm older, I'm still sorry na joke lang. Thank you. So, ayun, ako on my end, iba yung effect ng support ng friends. So, don't stop supporting your friends. Okay? So, that is for our
That's it, pansit.
focus sessions today. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you. Acel, you want to promote and plug your stuff?
Please do follow me on my YouTube channel. Subscribe on my YouTube channel, Acel Music. And yeah, please watch my music videos there and share if you like it. And then also my songs in Spotify, Acel, Acel. Yun lang naman.
I forgot. You guys got to stream the soundtrack of
Oh, yeah. Soundtrack of
B&B, the story and the battle of Brody and
Brandy.
Brandy. So,
Baka kasi
yun.
nung title ng movie. Nung
Hashtag
series.
OSTBNB. And
Iflix
listen
siya
to
lalabas.
Wake Up Next to You. And, this whole album is the effort of Yael and Karylle.
Yeah, all original soundtrack.
Yes. Featuring many songwriters, diba? But, it's their baby project with other songwriters who contributed their stuff to that album. So check that out. And then me, I always say this, I'm gonna release stuff. I hope everybody bears with me. I always say it. But love, music is love and love takes time. Ayun, so again, I'm Denice Lao. It's DENICELAO. I'm seeing your tweets, guys. And okay lang kahit mali spelling. You'll get there. You'll learn my spelling. But ayun, if you guys would love to hear music from me and Acel, do follow us, Denice Lao Music and Acel Music, si Acel. Or Acel Van Omen or Acel Bisa Van Omen. Iba-iba sa Instagram, sa Twitter, at sa FB niya. Ako yung nagtatag pag nagpo-post. So, alam ko na. Pabisado ko na yung handles ni Acel. Ayun, so see you guys. And, ayun, follow us. I'm playing for a summit for ASEAN youth. So, there will be people from all over ASEAN. There are different cultures.
Nice.
Vietnamese, Indonesian, Filipinos. And if you're a student and you want to meet other cultures, other people, there will be breakout sessions at the ASEAN Youth Engagement Summit. And there will be musicians from different countries there, hopefully. Or if not, there's me there. I'll sing for you. Originals, all originals. Ayun. So, ayun, I hope to see you guys there. And follow us on Facebook. Again. Kasi may tugtugan kami lagi ni Acel. Ayun lang. Bye!
Bye!